Right. Right. What else am I getting? There's that. Hmm. Hey, Andrew. Squirrel Sniper. Daniel Berry. Awesome member. I am waiting for. I'm waiting for ATC and maybe Myra, hopefully. Maybe. So. Mm-hmm. So we'll see what goes. Well, I'm waiting for Brad. Just finishing up over at Yogi's. Okay, perfect. Tell Yogi I said hi. Right. So he's good. He's good. Just spent all afternoon with him. Well, all morning and some of the afternoon with him. That's all afternoon across the pond here, right enough. But yeah, I've just been up on his panel and reading chat for him. So all's good. He's not complaining. He might pop in and say hello, but that's about it, really. Hey, Nightbot. Yeah, it's been a while since I saw you. Even alive. Obviously not together because you're in Scotland. That's changing. It's alright, I knew what you meant. You're in the basement. Ding at the stage. ATC? Where are you? Your camera's turned off. Hello? I'm in the basement. Well, you're on screen. Ah,
Yeah,
there we
so we
go.
get her set up there.
Get him.
All right, pal. How's that?
Perfect.
Yeah, until I get an audio device worked out, this speakerphone seems to work okay as long as it's not too windy out.
I can honestly, I don't even hear the wind.
Yeah, there's not
I don't
much
even
anymore.
hear the wind.
Oh, this might be some quick entertainment.
Go on then. Put you on the full screen. Go on, get it. Take it. There we go. Fish.
Swimming right to shore. See there.
Swimming to the shore. That counts. That counts. I don't care what anybody says. That counts.
Ah, just watched it swim away.
That
Just a little.
counts. That's. I saw that. That counts. I knew what it was. That counts.
If I had a net, I could have got it.
Oh. Squirrel saying, "Greetings, beautiful souls." We knew what it was. Well, I certainly knew what it was. That counts. It's called a long release. It wasn't even a long release because you see what it was. I knew what it was. So how's everybody in chat? Hope you're all well. We've got 6 people, well, 5 people here now. Was 6? Cheers, Scott. Second, like, share, my love. I'm out, brother. Okay. Hey, Mir, welcome in. I'm fine. Um, Mir, I got you mixed up because Yogi gave me your number and I thought that you were Jace, but you're Mir. So that's where I've been muddled up. Pitch black, walking the dog through the woods. Very peaceful. As much as that sounds peaceful, that was still throw me a bit. Sampy saying hi, Wendy Cuz. Hey, Sampy Cuz. Um, hey, you still fishing? Well, MBP, you still fish. If you want, you can come up here and fish. Everybody's welcome to come up to hang out. If anybody wants to hang out, hang out. Um, you've been busy with exams. Stay blessed, bro. I am. I am. Now, where's it? Yellow one. So these are going over to Pennsylvania, but a different part of it. These are going to Jimmy. That's okay, Mir. I'm glad that we did. So all's good there. Um, I thought that you were Jace. That's all. And then till Yogi said so. I'm fly time, my Ruby. Um, Bob has just done a live today. Members only. So we're just like finished up with him, and this is how ATC's here because we just basically carried Bob's live over to mine. So just done his members only, and let's see, they can whoever was across there can come here. Hello, Marines and Army Mom. How are you? So, yeah, I'm just flight tying and having Brad up on the panel with me. So I gave. Yeah, I got um I got Jace's number. I got Jace's number. So yeah, Jason and I are on the same page when it comes to. Hello, my darling Wendy. Oh no, Brad.
Yo,
Andrew Johnston. I found Miracle Whip at an imported goods shop, so I bought it for R400, whatever that is in money. My mum was mad and confused.
that belongs in the get that out of your country, not into it.
Oh, get it out your 400 rand, whatever rand is. It, Andrew says it was gross.
It is. It's really gross. I mean, it's all teasing, right? We're just having fun. People can eat whatever they want to eat, but I don't know why they would want to eat that stuff.
Well, here's the thing, right? I, I, I'm gonna say something here, Brad. Right? I don't know if you were in the live stream when it happened, but the person that started all this gave me $5 donation, right?
Okay.
And he said sorry. And then Yogi came back and he went, That doesn't work. Yogi gave me $20 to send to send Justin back across to his channel. I was like, no way. He says, I said to him, I says to Yogi, he says, well, thank you very much, but there's no need to. And he says, every need. He says, you can't buy your sorries. You can't buy your way out of visiting Yogi's channel. Because that's what basically Justin tried to buy his way out of going to Yogi's.
You should be visiting Yogi's channel. Get your head right if you like Miracle Whip
I'm telling you, anybody who's got, if
yourself.
anybody wants to get their head right, go to Yogi. Yeah, there was just a whole counter full of it, and there was some expired ones. So yeah, no one buys it. Somebody will buy it somewhere. I know who. I know who buys it all the time. Don't be Brad.
We do, we do.
Yep. Starts with an S and ends in an R. Also very expensive for. It's not a meal. Do not call it a mayonnaise. It is not a meal. Even I swear down, it ain't a meal. Don't classify it as a mayonnaise. Don't offend mayonnaise. Hey Brad,
It actually
you
salad
cannot.
dressing, right?
Yeah, salad dressing. You don't you don't put Miracle Whip with mayonnaise. Just been Angie. Hello. Hi Angie. Welcome in. Um so yeah. Don't put mayo in with Miracle Whip in the same sentence. You just don't. It's not even classified as anything else but I don't know what it was. Yeah, talking about offending male. It was with peanut butter. No, Miracle Whip is not a mayonnaise. It's a nothing. There's nothing to even compare it to. Mayo and Miracle Whip are two entirely. Thank you, Angie. I knew somebody was going to rescue me. I wouldn't even put Miracle Whip and whatnots in the same sentence because it just ain't. Try mayo with peanut butter. No. Ma Dukes. Ma Dukes, welcome. Welcome. Miracle Whip is an abomination. I completely agree with you. It's the spawn of Satan. Miracle Whip gets my vote. Hi, Stuart. What? How can you say that, Julie? I'm sure it's Julie. Has to be Julie's. Starts as Julie. Hey, Skeeter. Brother Stu and Mrs. Wendy. Yeah, we're here. Wendy's here. Under no circumstances do you put Miracle Whip in the same conversation or the same sentence as mayonnaise. It is not a meal. Eh. No point no. It's disgusting. I know. You don't need to tell me. I know. Oh, I know. Give me a minute, guys. Evening, Brian. Nice to see you across Nick's channel yesterday. Thank you for coming. Very much appreciated on Nick's behalf. He is some fly tire. He really is. He is an upcoming superstar. and I'm blessed that he gave me the opportunity to become a moderator for him too. So very appreciated for that part. Just had a teaspoon of both together. Oh no. Nope, 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 nope. Ketchup is out, mustard's in. No. Yeah, I'm not too bad actually with being live. Since I've got as long as I've got somebody up on panel with me, I'm happy with it. So going live on my own, I'm kind of skeptical. So when I've got somebody up on panel, I kind of feel more at ease because then I can just like say to Brad, like, how you keeping? You warm enough? You getting any more bites? That kind of stuff. So having a co-host at the moment seems to suit me to the ground. Is Nightbot fishing too, Stu? Nightbot, if you put Squirrel, if you put the word fish in chat, it'll drop your channel link so people can connect to you. Ketchup, mayo, and mustard together. Oh, if you put mayo and mustard and mayo and ketchup together, you get a cheaper version of a Thousand Island sauce, which is tasty. I must admit that. Basically, I'm just here to help you guys grow. I don't ask for nothing. I'm just here to help you guys grow your channel, connect with each other. If you want, you can take out a membership for my channel. I don't ask for it, but the option is there for it. Also, and yeah, how you getting on, Brad?
Not bad. I just lost one.
You just lost one. Um,
I switched to minnows. I
I
got a bobber, and he went down, and I went to set the hook. I felt him, but he didn't. He didn't hook set him.
Mad Dukes isn't feeling too good. She's got a medical test tomorrow. Needs to go get ready for it. Have a blessed day. Well, good luck tomorrow. ATC,
Yes, sir.
Brad, look at your screen if you can.
Uh huh.
I'm trying to do something. Here you
I
go.
saw Bam.
Bam. I should just keep that comment up for all time. Bam. Hey, Backtrack Hooligans. How's you, brother? Hope you. Yep. So, ATC is my special guest. I was waiting for what's her face, Myra. I was waiting for Myra to pop in. Hello, Auntie Betty. What I'm going to do is I'm going to re-drop the link in chat, so I mean, people, if they want to come up, they can come up. And there, post a comment, and post a comment, and he's already copied it. Post it in chat. Bam. I'll go through the comments to see where it was. Um, Bob, if you're listening, I know you just came in, but Andrew decided to go to um, an import market. I found Miracle Whip of an import at an import goods shop. So I bought it for 400 rand. My mum was mad and confused, and he didn't like it. He didn't like it. So I missed a comment there from stats. So what was this? Da, 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 da.
What you find if you well,
No, it was the other one I was looking for.
what the
Yep, my husband's allergic to real mail though. Extant things. Yeah. Driving. Listen up, sausage. Double hook. The link's in chat if anybody wants to come up, like. Everybody's welcome.
one, two.
You're all more welcome to come up if you want to. Link is in chat.
I'm tying jigs without an audience. I'm going to keep it that way today.
Oh, Dave. Well, I've been on your panel. You could come up on mine.
I could, but won't speak. And you will hear my mum because I'm meant to be in
There we
bed.
go.
Oh yeah. Bam. Bam bam.
Case of fish.
Bam bam bam. Bam 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 bam.
That's pencils, by the way. Not in a bag. Just okay with pencils.
Dave, I'm tying flies as I'm like behind the screen. For BB. Bank flip.
I'm on a streak.
Oh,
So am I.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. For BB, wait a minute. I'm gonna like stay there around again today, driving me nuts. Give me a minute, guys. I'm gonna be straight back up. I need to go and give somebody a wrench.
don't go anywhere.
Brad, you're in.
Stuart, check
Yeah,
this out.
go on. Oh, now that's a bass. That's a tank. Right, give me a minute. Give me a minute. I'm gonna give for BB a wrench.
No, it's back in chat. You not do it for your what's in chat.
No.
I didn't see that coming.
Yes.
Bam, bam.
I'm just getting the fish that I caught today ready, so I'm making up one of our recipes. So
Cool.
Sweet.
I guess if you want me up here, I'll hang out and cook up here. It'll be the cooking show.
Right. Sausage is here.
Backlash Hooligans says, shh, sausage is here. By the way, here is buttered sausage. Butter sausage came all the way from Pennsylvania, and he landed in the house. And we're going to use this. I can't eat him because he's a hot dog man. So cheers, people.
I really don't want to see buttered sausage after this morning's episode, to be honest with you. And I still got it done. Not
That
fun.
was catfish.
That was don't eat me. I'm the hot dog man.
At some point, I'm going to have to hop down because I just realized I don't know how to make this. I have to go watch my own video. It's been a while since I made this. I'm making the trout bake with potatoes and mayonnaise.
Here we go.
That sounds good.
Here we go. Now I've got fly tying royalty.
Who have we got?
You want me to tell you number one?
How are you, Dave?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm all right. What are you doing?
Mop flies. Oh no.
What is?
No.
Oh, salad dressing. What you got salad dressing for?
Oh.
There you go. There's real mayo.
No, there we go. There's real mayonnaise.
Actually, that's still got nasty stuff in it. All you gotta do
Oh,
is
no.
take a couple eggs and some olive oil, and you got mayonnaise.
Here goes Dukes.
We
Yeah,
use
Duke's is good.
That's the test right there. Label's gone. No sugar in this one. This one's actually pretty good for you, Dave.
Yeah, but there's still sugar in.
Now, no sugar, and this is no sugar in Dukes.
Oh, there's no sugar
Right.
in Duke?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Ingredients.
Right.
Yeah, the
Since all
the
these are here,
sandwich spread or salad dressing or whatever you call that other stuff, the whippy crap.
I thought it is a joke.
That
well, guess
my
what?
wife likes
I'm
that
gonna-
stuff. I can't.
Hi, Bill. I've got a present coming to myself on the 17th of November, and I want Bob, ATC, and anybody else up on my panel when I try this. It's coming.
Gotta send me a reminder.
So mark that in the calendar. 17th of November.
Hold on. Let me go mark it on my calendar. If I can find
Martine,
I said hello to Martine. Hi,
Bill Redder.
hello, Bill.
what am I supposed to put in there?
Hello,
Just,
Paul. Cheers.
I don't know what's gonna happen on the 17th. It's a Sunday.
MVP's just come in.
Hey, Mike.
It's a
Hey,
Sunday.
Bob, I think here's my largemouth, Bob.
Oh yeah, I got a screenshot. I'm gonna email it to you.
Oh, you the man.
Well, tell Bob about the one that Mike, the Bassett Mike.
Well, I think Bob's seen it, but Bob's seen Brad's. That was a tank of a bass.
Got a screenshot. I just have to figure out how to Photoshop my head onto that picture.
Oh, take all the glory.
I did that with Mike's huge flathead, and I put it under our members only community tab, and I don't think anyone understood that it was a joke, so I took it down. They thought it was really my fish.
But when you posted that, Bob, that was like a low effort Photoshop. Like you were pretty much making it look like it was.
Right. I didn't want to make it too good, so it was pretty obvious that my head was just like stuck, superimposed over it. Wasn't even the right proportion.
Dave, you got Mir. Now, listen, Bob, listen to me carefully. It's Mir Ahmed, right? His name is Mir, not Mira, Mir.
Mir Ahmed. Mir
Mir.
Mir
Mir Ahmed. Mir Ahmed.
Mir Ahmed.
His first name's Mir and his last name's Ahmed. He's from Pakistan.
Bob, how am I supposed to listen to you? You don't even know how to pronounce Bob.
Because if I say Bob, he'd be like, what? Bob's Bob, just Bob.
The whole Scottish accent just throws it all off anyways.
Somebody that speaks with that accent.
I need my Scottish accent out of this.
Is Brad into another fish?
Brad, is that another one? Oh, I need to blow this up. Solo. Bank flip.
We've got a bam bam.
Bam, bam, bam. Here goes.
That's a little guy, but what a beauty. Look at the colors on that.
Oh, look at this. Oh, wow.
Beautiful.
Screenshot.
Okay, hold it up, hold it up. My hands are wet. Hold it up.
There you go. I've screenshotted.
So is
Wendy
that a pike or a
screenshot.
pickerel?
That's a pike.
Northern pike.
Right, who we're sending to?
Hey, Jace, my brother.
Go here. That's yours.
Downtown Ernie Brown.
Hi, Ernie. I can't see chat, so hi everybody in chat that
It's all right.
Stuart's
Don't worry
been
about it,
saying
Dave. I'll
hi
read the
to.
chat out. I'll read the chat out. Sorry.
Jump on Dave on that one. Me neither. I can't see chat. And I've got
What?
enough. I can't see chat either, so I'm just going to say hi to everybody as well.
There you go.
ATC is at Canada. He's in Canada somewhere. He's fishing his version of Lake Glory.
Well, our the lake that I keep whining about, it has come up 7 inches in the last 2 days.
Wow.
They said that it's gained 10 million cubics of water or something like that.
Jeez.
But
That's a lot of rain.
When the lake's
Back.
full, it's like 12,000 acres, and right now, or as of like the other day, it was only 5,000 acres. So, but it was not almost 9 feet low. So, but we got 7.5 inches of rain in 12 hours. That's more rain than we've gotten in 6 months.
We need it bad here. I hope we get
I need it. Yeah, we need a couple more days like that. I hate to say it, but and it's been raining on. It's been raining pretty much nonstop all morning. So
No, it's about time that you guys had some rain across there. Like, I mean, honestly,
Yeah.
we're built underneath a rain cloud. I swear down Scotland's built under a rain cloud.
yeah.
Oh,
So I put
didn't
it. We put out an edited video this morning, and you can go in there and see that I'm sitting on the bank and how far down that the water level is. Well, those places, we fished those this last week before all this rain came. Well, now all those places, the water's back up full level as of last night.
There you go, Dave. Mop fly.
Here you go,
Hello, Dave.
Stuart.
Welcome in.
Whole bag of them.
Nice.
Oh, who sent you them?
I don't know. Some little redheaded dude.
Oh, ginger beer dude. Oh, look at that. Sweet.
See,
Look at that.
I'm on my phone, so you can see them perfectly clear on my phone.
Oh, yeah. Crystal clear on your phone, man.
Naomi told me to stop using my computer and just start and then like StreamYard's gotten so messed up lately. Like all their little stuff is even like catching and like all this. And now since I got the approval to do the whatchamacallit on YouTube, I may just start going that, vertical or whatever.
Mhm.
Some people hate that vertical, but you know what? It seems like I get a lot more views on vertical than I do horizontal.
Your
So
vertical live streams will grow your channel quicker, right? The only thing you can't do with a vertical stream is monetize it. Once you're monetized, you can't
yeah, but
monetize
I can go in
vertical.
with my other phone and just get into my account and monetize that, or I mean, not monetize, but make moderators and stuff. I can do that on my other phone.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be honest. I mean, even though that I'm a member of Bob's channel, right? Even though he did his members live today. I mean, if he's doing a StreamYard, I'll happily read chat. No worries. For that purposes. But if I'm going to be sitting in chat, I mean, if somebody comes along, and I've seen mods do it, they'll sit there and throw a swear word, and they're like, "Why did you do that? Like, why say something stupid?" And
Yeah.
I can't remove that comment. It's up to the host to remove it then. I mean, all the moderator can do is just sit there and just say, "Well, we've got to we'll let the chat or host aware
Oh,
every
so
comment."
if you're in that vertical, your moderators can't remove that chat.
Only a managing mod can. So you would need to have you need to have Kelly there to deal with that.
Well, then I'll just stay on my computer. Well, it's because when I was at the lake, we had that that one girl come in there
What's that?
and start some
What's
crap.
Velveeta? What's Velveeta?
The crackers or something.
It's like fake cheese that kids love.
Velveeta, you can make Velveeta at home. Velveeta, you take a pound of cheddar cheese, then you take take some powdered milk and some other stuff, and there's a recipe to make Velveeta cheese online.
Look that up. I gotta look that up. That's cool.
It's like a word.
And it saves you.
It's like
If you use a lot of Velveeta cheese,
I
that
found out.
recipe that they have online, you can find it pretty easy enough. You can literally make like 4 boxes for the price of one.
wow.
If you make it, does it have to refrigerate it? Because I know this is shelf stable.
Well, if you do it the right way and everything, I think it's shelf stable as well. But sometimes homemade stuff ain't.
Yeah.
But at least you're not getting all the chemicals that's in it.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't mind the vertical live stream, to be honest. But I mean, the only thing is, you've got to keep up with chat. If you can't keep up with chat, then you need to have a moderator that knows your channel rules that will follow it through.
Yeah. Well, we all know I can't keep up with chat, so
You
when
need to have a
I'm
moderator you trust that follows your channel
Or
rules.
slows your chat down.
Or you
well,
can slow your chat down.
yeah, get Rex in there every day or every time because Rex is the only one that I have that is a head is the other moderator, not you guys.
Yeah, managing mod.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this. An electronic can opener. I love it. I love it.
I'm gonna make Brad mad again.
Why?
Oh, there he goes. He's coming.
Why? He just said why.
Because you open the can properly. Most people use their can opener wrong. You're supposed to cut the seal around the outside edge. You're not supposed to cut the center ring out.
That's what
And that's why people's can openers wear out. A hand can opener will wear out because if you cut the center ring out using a hand can opener, you're spreading it too wide. You're supposed to set it sideways on the top lip and you run it that way, and to where the can lid will come off and you can put the can lid back on. Yeah, like that. And if you do that, then your can opener don't ever wear out.
And the top's not sharp that way. Actually, I was a good parent, so I thought it was dumb. But then I broke my thumb and it's come in real handy ever since.
Well,
And
I'll
yet
be
Devin,
lucky if I can tie jigs for another 8 to 10 years, because if you look, see my fingers are already getting see that finger especially.
mhm.
I'm getting the arthritic twist, but it doesn't help that I'm grabbing my wheels and then my wheels are pushing my fingers sideways, and every once in a while I catch my knuckles in my wheels and break a finger. You just tape it to the one next to
You
it
know
and go.
something, Dave? I mean, from
Huh?
watching you tie jigs, right? From watching you tie jigs and then to do a fly tying live, I was like, I mean, this is what I said to Bob and the message behind the scenes. I said to him on WhatsApp, I says, you see that Dave's tying flies? He says, he's stepping on my toes. And Dave's like, I can't step on nobody's toes. And I was like, I'm sorry. He
If I
says,
tried hard enough, I could.
he's like, you don't need to worry about it.
I'm not a
Totally
PC correct person. I could care less. You're whatever. Yeah, I mean, I don't get hurt by hurting nobody's feelings. Let's put it that way.
I told you because if Dave uppercuts you, you know where that's going to land.
Yeah, yeah. It ain't going to be your chin, boy.
I've asked people before, why do you want to mouth off to me when I've got perfect shot?
Right.
But so you remember my friend that has been on some of my stuff, and was in a couple of my lives. My little small friend that was always drunk last year. He has been, backhanded quite a few times in that region.
Mm-hmm.
He's
I can well believe it.
and
I mean,
just since I mentioned him, keep him in y'all's prayers. He's been living in a van for 3 years now, so, and he's having a real hard time right now. He's so crippled up. Just alcoholism has just eaten his body away. All of his bones are shot and everything else, so he can't work, and he tries to do what he can, and he doesn't want to take disability and stuff, but he just keeps plugging away. But it's not much of a fun ride. So I tell him all the time he can come back here anytime he wants, and he's like, I like my peace. So he chooses to be there. It's his what he wants to do. So I can't change it.
well, I made a prayer for you, Dave, when you told me about that tornado that was going to be coming straight for you. I did a prayer.
Well,
And
it
we
was
put prayers for Double Hook Angling's friend. Yep.
yeah, them tornadoes, we usually
go.
go out, we usually grab a beer and go out and just watch them go by. We can see them. See, the good thing about Kansas is we're so flat, we can see them coming from 10 miles away. We can get out of the way.
Was it ETC and the fish?
No, Bob picked up something and brought it to your screen.
The
What
ones
was
that
that, Bob?
get you,
What's this? Look at them.
yeah,
Trout.
the tornadoes that get you are the ones that get you at night when you're sleeping and you don't hear the sirens and stuff.
That's all the trout we're adding to this recipe. It's a lot of meat. But it'll be meaty, and we'll probably make 2 whole meals out of it.
What are you making?
It's a
Trout.
It's a trout like casserole.
Okay.
Cube up potatoes. You put a can of sweet peas, some Velveeta, a cup of mayonnaise, and then trout. And it bakes in this. It just fills it up nicely. It's almost like a cake. You can put bacon in it too if you really want to go nuts. But we try to keep it a little healthy anyway.
We've made some trout cakes and stuff before, like salmon patties, type thing. And they weren't so bad, but I'm not I grew up when I was young in Colorado, so we were like ate mountain trout and stuff wild. And those are good. And all the farm raised trout is like eating cat food.
This is Now you're on the same lines as me, Dave, because now I've got somebody who knows what I'm
Now,
talking about.
I will
I
eat
just
them
wish this guy.
if I put them on the smoker with lemons and onions and stuff. I'll eat it, but I'd much rather eat crappie and bluegill and things like that. And like, I mean, when I'm catching crappie, when we're tomorrow we're going
Right,
crappie
Andrew.
fishing, and if we get into the crappie tomorrow, they're going to be 1.25 pounds plus fish. You know, because we're going to the big crappie lease, so we're Gregory's lease where the monster crappies live.
I was actually on Uncle Rick's chat last night when he was fishing yesterday. Well, he was fishing like his afternoon. I bounced up and like because I know there's like 6 hours of difference between you, Dave, and me, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is, I still always say, look, I can go back in time. You guys can't go forward. You can only go back. You can't go forward in time because it's like if I was to go forward in time, then I would have to try and find a range where Bulk is. But then being the same time zone as Bulk doesn't work because he's already in Australia. I can only go back in time because I can go for a nap and stick to Eastern Standard Time. You can't go forward. You can only go back. So, I mean, he was fishing with Catfish Dog. He was fishing Uncle Rick, and I was like, Rick already had a carp on, I think, Bob's pack bait recipe, and
Yeah.
Tim's standing there and says, Tim, he says, what's the matter? He says, I've had no fish. I went dip bait, and he actually put it on the hook, and he went, well, Stewie, you've asked for it. I says, well, you told me that if you mention the word dip bait, you're going to catch a catfish.
Okay, so
So
you guys need to go watch my edited video that we put out this morning. Okay, because in there
we
I'm
will.
using pack bait, but I kind of followed Rustic's recipe with the sweet potato, with the yams. But back when we was kids, Grandpa would use leftover sweet potatoes and stuff sometimes. So, but I changed it up because I didn't use the same cereals neither. So what I used was Honey Nut Cheerios and Honey Nut Crunch. I took both of those and smushed them up with a brick at the lakeside, and then I threw in the yams and mixed it all together. And you know what I mostly caught? Channel cat.
Yeah.
But I did catch a few carp, and then we went back the next day, and that's all I caught the next day was carp. But I'll tell you what, the yams make a big difference.
Martin's saying hello to you, ATC, Bob, and Yogi's back, and he says, "Hey guys, hey again, guys." So yeah, Martin's here and Yogi's back.
What's going on, guys? Martine and Yogi.
See, don't those look so good?
We got a 9-pound, 12-ounce channel the other day on pack bait, Dave.
That's nice.
They love it. They love it.
Channels are just, I mean, people like, oh, it's just a channel, right?
I call them channel rat.
It's a fish. It's a fish. Be blessed. It's a fish.
They're like the most parasitic infested things ever. They're nasty. I don't eat channel cat.
Scott, welcome in.
I don't eat catfish. I eat crop. I don't like catfish.
We got a problem here.
Oh no.
So, here we go.
I'm going to find the recipe for Dukes. I'm going to make it.
With the election coming up, we just need to all get along. I'm mixing up my.
See, the best mayo that I like is if you take 2 eggs and then take 1.5 cups of olive oil or avocado oil, either one, and whip it together with some lemon juice. That is the perfect mayonnaise.
He's just going to catch up to you, Martin.
How are you going to catch up to me? You're not going to catch up to me.
I'll tell you, I might even have to dip into the Miracle Whip to finish this recipe off.
What I hear? What was that?
Brad, listen now. Before I say this, right? Bob has just said he's run out of Dukes and he's run out of Hellmans, and he might have to dip into the Miracle Whip because he's got none left.
Look, I'm not kidding. This one's empty now. That one's empty. It's supposed to be a cup.
How many jars did you say was in that recipe?
It's just one cup, but they're all
Go out and tell everybody, hey, I put 3 jars of mayonnaise in this.
I can get my fishing knife out and cutting that bottle open.
Well, now look,
Oh no!
this one is totally full. So that tells you what I think of this.
It's salad dressing and it ain't even mayonnaise.
It's disgusting.
Because they use soy oil. It's because they use soy oil.
About time Bob has the tangy zip of the whip.
Yeah.
I tried it. Oh, I got to mute myself and turn the camera off a second. Lyle's coming in from the bus.
Here goes the yelling. Dad time.
Needs to tangy dip that garbage can.
I know what he's doing, right? I think it's just an excuse that Lyle's coming off the bus because I know for a fact he's going to be putting Miracle Whip in with Dukes and Hellmans to mix it up. Now you can't tell what the difference is. Oh no! No!
1.23K.
Oh, he's eating it, Brad.
Yuck.
No! He's just got a teaspoon and put it in the tub of Miracle Whip, and he's just eating it. Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh
You notice he
no!
turned his camera off because he's vomiting in the right now.
Oh. Oh.
Makes me want a salad now.
Nice, Martine.
I actually had a salad for lunch. And I made my own dressing.
Can someone get hold of Double Hook Angling's link, please, and put it in chat? I want people to go over and give him some loving. This is the guy with the orange t-shirt saying, "Can you jig it?"
Oh,
You
hey,
can't
knock
jig
everything
fish
off. I
properly.
go to pick it up and I about roll everything off the counter. Here, you want to see my table today, Stuart?
Go
Are you
on.
ready? Are you ready?
Go on. Yeah.
Ain't that a wreck?
Mhm.
Well, that ain't here. Let's give you a better shot.
Oh, wow.
Talk about a total wreck. And if you look, all my totes are like all disarrayed today.
Here's a question for you.
It's because I was trying to, I was trying to find material that I had set aside, and I cannot find it. I don't know what I did with it. I probably used it already and just don't realize it.
Hey, Paul. Uncle Paul's in chat. Question for you, Dave. You got my sticker behind you yet?
What?
Have you got my
Who?
sticker behind you yet?
You?
Yeah, my
Yeah.
sticker.
Right here.
Where is it? I can't even. What? Oh, you meant to take it off and put it on there. You need to peel it off.
Because I ain't got no, I don't know where to put it. There ain't no room. I gotta. I don't want.
I can see a
don't
perfect spot for it. I can see a perfect spot for that, man.
Where?
Right. If you're looking at your camera over
Like right
this
there.
shoulder.
Right there.
Yes, right there.
I got a bunch of them I haven't put up. And it's the reason of it is if you look, all those ones that are on the wall, they're not put up there. They're pinned up there, so and they still have the backing on them and everything. Because I'm contemplating. I haven't told nobody this yet, but I'm contemplating that. You know where my Rambler shoved back in my shop, where all the poles and stuff are at. I'm thinking about making me a 6-foot by 8-foot room back there, and then later on, if we ever move or anything like that, they can just use it for a master closet for that bedroom, or a big closet for that bedroom, and just move a door. But if I do that, then I will have more room. Everything will be organized, and I won't be in my, because right now I'm in my living room. So, and I got Newsmax on.
I tell you something.
If you don't know what that is, it's a conservative news channel.
I'm praying for you guys big time. I really am.
We'll find out tomorrow. Here's the thing: is 70% of Christians do not vote, but this year the tides are turning. So we'll see.
He's had fun,
but also 60% of the gun owners don't vote. And if they don't go vote, then they don't have a say, and they can't complain when they come and take all their guns away. Because in my opinion, if you don't vote, you ain't got a right to say nothing.
That's true.
Unfortunately, I lost all my guns, Dave. I lost them all in a flood.
It's a canoe accident for me. My canoe flipped, all my guns gone.
I wish
I lost all my guns because my son said, "Dad, let me borrow your gun." Hey, Dad, let me borrow your other gun. Hey, Dad, can I have your guns? And all I got to do is go, "Hey, bring them back." He's got the gun safe, and he's the one that goes hunting and does all that stuff, so he can just use them. Actually, I showed Stu the other day. I got enough to protect myself. But
you've got more than enough to protect yourself, man.
But that's what you want, more than enough.
Well, you're supposed to have one within every 10 feet of you at home. Right? Doesn't the Constitution or Bill of Rights say that you have to have ample supply?
Yep.
I think it's the Bill of Rights. I don't know. I need to study
for you guys tomorrow.
Yeah.
I've just scared away one of my members. Oops.
Well, all right. We'll stop talking politics on your channel.
I don't mind it. I mean, the thing is, I don't mind it. I'm just saying I'm praying for you guys for a greater outcome tomorrow.
Well, here's my other thought. If you don't mind it, I don't see how somebody could vote for somebody that didn't get voted for. 14 million people in the primary voted for a guy on that side.
It's exactly the same thing as what happens here. We didn't vote for anybody, but we're getting dragged into something that we didn't want to.
I think I got to go watch my video. I forget how long I baked this for.
What is it? Is it raw fish?
Yeah, it's trout. I think it's an hour.
I bet you it's 25 to 30 minutes at 350.
But it's in the casserole, which is like cold. So,
Yeah, that's why I said 25 to 30 minutes, depending on how thick your casserole is.
Yeah. Let's see if I can.
All right. Stick a thermometer in it. When it reads 180 to 190, it's done. Of course, fish has only got to be 155, if you didn't know.
Yep.
All right, Stuart, I'm going to drop down for about 5-10 minutes. I'm going to drive over to the big lake. The pike bite should be starting at the big lake, so I'll swing in and hop back on when I get there.
Perfect.
Be safe getting over there. And
I'll drop link straight back to you.
Sounds good, pal. See you in a bit.
No problem.
Yeah, see, look, he's already hooked up. He got his thermometer out already.
Ready to go.
Oh, he's got a fancy digital one.
That's from my parents. They have all the nerd gear. They're big into all that nerd gear.
I got like 4 of them, and they got a little needle, and you got to. It sits there. You just got to sit there and watch it, keep climbing until it stops.
I have it mainly for my smoker because it doesn't. It used to have one that you hook into the feet, but it doesn't work anymore. So it's good. I don't use it in here too often. But.
Well, you know what I did? I ran out of jigs. See, look.
Sweet.
Uh-oh.
I gotta go paint some more.
It's empty.
That's what it looks like before it's baked. I'll put a picture on my community tab tonight, but it's just the
Oh, man,
potato,
that's a fish pie.
mayo.
That's a fish
Being that thick, I bet you it's more like 35 minutes.
I was thinking it's 40. I think is what I
Yeah.
I'm sure it's 40 minutes because I watch your videos. I'm sure it's 40.
Yeah, I think it's 40. I mean that.
Do you know that I learned how to cook? I learned how to cook from my grandmother, and she taught me. She used to smack you on the hand if you tried to use a measuring device. She's like, you need to learn how to size, boy. You need to learn how to size. Now, if anybody says that they want a meal, I can cook it without looking it up.
See, this is the thing.
I can also make bread without a recipe, and I can make biscuits without a recipe because it's all right here.
But it doesn't work good when you're trying to do cooking videos, you know. And
No.
just go with your judgment. People are like, yeah, how much?
Well, see, I prove a point when I've made a couple videos before where I pour the salt or the baking powder or something in my hand, and then you go just to prove it. You know, do the old Justin Wilson thing. You know, hey, look at here. You know, I did it, and I'm right. So, but biscuits.
That's what we.
I have the perfect recipe for biscuits. If you ever need a recipe for biscuits, and so.
You need to send me that recipe because I need to make biscuits, as in the US biscuits.
Actually, I won't take that recipe because I got to be gluten free, unfortunately.
Okay.
That's why I'm using.
You can get gluten free flour.
Yeah, we got it. It's
But also, if you go get red wheat, if you can get a hold of whole red wheat and grind it yourself, it doesn't have the same allergy aspect as people. So my phone's ringing. All right, I gotta go.
Okay. My phone. Oh, I love him. No, honestly, I do. I love Dave. I mean, for watching a person tie jigs and then the tie flies, well, basically fly tie, and he's like, I'm going to do this. This live is dedicated to Stu. And it's like, well, thank you very much for the shout out, man. And he's like, nah, you're most welcome. So, I mean, I speak to Dave behind the scenes, and wow, he's just a total different character when you speak to him behind the scenes. And that's what I like. I'd rather have somebody that's going to be like the guy that's going to talk straight to you. Doesn't beat around no bush.
I think I'm going to pop down as well, and I'll stay in chat. That's pretty much it. I mean, the topping, once it's done, I crush up corn flakes. I put some butter, like a tablespoon or two of butter in it, and then I put that as the topping, and I put it back in for 10 minutes to crisp it up. So you've seen pretty much the whole process there.
Sweet.
Put a picture on the community tab, and I'll share that recipe out there in case anybody wants to see it. I'm not going to make cooking videos.
Well, that's what Stats said. She wants to see the full thing.
I'll share it out on my community tab. I'll put a picture when it's done, but I'll also put the recipe. It's already on my playlist, my fish and game cooking playlist. It's there. There's only about 10 videos in there, so it's not too hard to find. Trout bake or something. I forget what I call it. Velveeta, kids-friendly recipe for trout.
mean, I just love the way that, I mean, you guys can just basically grab a hold of something and just like make something. I mean, I'm like that with my banana bread. I mean, I don't use to follow no recipe for banana bread because to me, a banana bread, people are like, oh, it's got to be like 2 to 3 bananas. Is like, on what grounds do you need to have 2 to 3 bananas to make a banana bread? Do you know who I am? I put between 12 to 16 bananas in a banana bread because it's meant to be banana bread. You know what I mean?
Over here, you can get bananas super cheap when when they're just starting to turn black. They want to get rid of them. So they're super cheap, the ones you want to bake with anyway.
Exactly.
They're
Well,
sweet.
sometimes you can get your ones for free.
I mean, I get mine for free.
I felt like I was in the basement forever.
You weren't in the basement forever.
I know, I was in there for 3 seconds.
I
I'm not having the cold.
spent my life for a little bit longer than I needed to, just on purpose.
So what is this about? You use how many bananas for what reason?
Right. You know when people look at a recipe, right, and they get the ingredients. Well, it's meant to be 2 to 3 bananas. I don't bother with 2 to 3 bananas. I'm there with 12 to 16 bananas to make a banana
I was
bread.
going to say, if I make banana bread, my banana bread has at least 12 bananas in it, but it makes like 4 loaves. But they're not
Mine's
big loaves.
makes
They're literally only loaves about like this big.
Yep. Mine's I've got.
And if you don't keep them in the refrigerator, they'll mold in like 2 days.
Mine doesn't even last 2 days. Mine doesn't last 2 days.
You can freeze those ripe bananas up,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I make
That's all we do. We just take and throw them in the freezer. We don't even stick them in a bag or nothing. We just throw them in the freezer.
I peel them and throw them in Ziploc, and then I'll use like 2 a day in the blender with some peanut butter and just a little bit of milk, and it comes out super thick.
Okay, I'm fixing to throw these scissors in the trash.
I'll hang out.
Scissors in the trash.
Say hi.
I mean, to me,
Find a different pair.
my mixture from a banana bread can go between 2 to 3 tins. And honestly, between the 2 to 3 tins to having banana bread to having like 12 to 16 bananas, the thing is, I'll do the mixture, lace the tin with butter, right? And then as it's cooking, like when it's just near enough done to come out the oven, I put syrup, golden syrup over the top of it to make it like a
honey glaze or something, or sugar glaze.
It's like a syrup glaze. I tell you, syrup and banana go very well together. They're best of friends. Marines and Army Mum is saying hello to you, Bob.
Marines and Army Mom, hello.
Yeah.
Let's do a manly stuff here.
So, but yeah.
I do the cooking in this house. People always make fun of me for it, but I don't care. This is my area. I will personally claim the kitchen. Because half the stuff I shot are caught anyway,
Can you do me a favor, Bob? Can you put your phone to the ceiling? I want to see if there's any fish hanging from it.
Oh.
Hey, it's funny that you say that. Here, watch this. Watch this, Stuart.
I do. I open that window up and I'll hang them right there with the skin still
You see that?
Yeah.
You see that? You see those?
Yep.
Here.
Yeah.
That's Gregory.
Wow.
It's a pheasant tail with a toilet paper roll. Now, he does that because we babysat my son's Brittany. So you put something like that up there and he'll go like this and point at it. and she will sit there on point for a half an hour just staring at it.
You want a redneck
No,
this
the-
side.
Oh, you remember I said I was one of these days when I was on your show, I was going to do something. Here, you guys want to see a wreck? Look at that bedroom. Say hi, Gregory.
I've seen one like that.
Hey, Gregory.
They stay 10 forever. But look at all this.
Wow.
They're
That
everywhere.
thrift shop is doing good. Like that thrift shop is bouncing.
Well, we figured that he's roughly at about 3,000 cars. Whoops. I couldn't find it. Yeah, he's probably at about 3,000 Hot Wheels.
I bet he knows where things are.
But I think
Probably,
he needs to
Ernie.
do his laundry or put it away or no, you just did your laundry. That's probably all laundry. He just flipped out his basket this morning to find clean clothes. Because he just did laundry yesterday. So that can't none of that be dirty. Especially since he did 2 loads.
I mean, there's Bob. He's like, "Oh, man, I'm going to be in invasion of privacy, right? To like Lyle's room." And it's like, well, the thing is, you got animals in there that need fed, and he's like, "Yeah, well, let's go feed animals."
Here's my whole philosophy on that. My kid lives in my house. I'll show what I want.
Tandra's saying hi to you, Bob, and
Hello,
I
Tandra.
told Gregory one time, he's like, well, I'll just move out. And I said, do you need me to help you pack? And he goes, you would let me leave? I says, well, if you want to leave, I can't stop you. And he goes, I think I'll stay. I said, and we finally got it out of him is, he don't know how to cook. He would just miss eating. Poor guy. I give him such crap all the time.
But you do it in fun, though.
He's my buddy. He's not my son anymore for the most part. He's my buddy. He is 28 years old, or 27. 27. I have to think how old he is.
Hey, Teddy. He's 27.
Yeah, I gotta be a dad once in a while, though. You got to keep them safe and out of trouble and that kind of thing. So once in a while, you got to growl.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't have no jigs. All my stuff is empty. I have no jigs left.
So what are you going to do on Friday then? What are you doing on Friday?
I'm going to tie jigs on Friday.
I got them. I did like the fly tying live. That was nice.
I didn't like it because it was annoying.
Right in front of Buckeyes.
Tie little bitty things that people can't see. He had to take off.
Yep. Kevin's home.
So see, I found one of my old capes.
Oh, sweet.
And I was like, I couldn't remember. I only paid like $15 for that back when they were cheap. Because that now is like $70, $80.
It's like, do you get Mets capes across there, Dave? Genuine question. Do you get Mets capes across there?
I don't know what that is.
It's a type of cape. It's called a Mets cape. METZ cape.
I don't know. Usually what I get is I'll either get a, this is a half saddle. So, but this is a full, the full length saddle, or I'll get, half saddles that are short saddle, just the feathers are only, 4 or 5 inches long or whatever. But most of the time, like this package, I've had this for probably 10 years or so, 12 years maybe. and I've
Mhm.
used good 20 feathers out of there. But some of these are so fine that you could literally use them with a 24, 22 hook.
Well,
You see
like I
some of
say,
them
I
in there,
can.
like especially the one that's crossing from the one section to the next. Those things they're literally, when you put them over a gauge, they're like
Yeah.
1.5 to 2 mil.
Teddy bear's
They're
fine.
small.
And he's got to get his decoys now.
Well, the link's back in for Bob and chat for Bob to come back up because he said be right back. So that's there. That's fine. I can
So
deal with that.
after the live the other day, I tied these. So these were kind of the same thing that I was tying on the live, but I added hackle to it.
Right, wait a minute. Who's this?
We just passed
Harry
Buc-
B.
Oh, we're about to pass Buc-ee's right now.
Who's that driving?
Captain Mo.
Oh, hello.
How you doing?
Ah,
We just
fine.
left.
Yourself, sir.
We just left the boat. We were down there doing some work on it, delivering some fishing gear.
That's okay.
Now he's got to get his.
Yeah, he's going to get his duck decoys. He's going hunting.
Got his hunting license and stuff.
Yeah, I'm growing it back, Dave. Look at that.
I'll cut about 2 inches off of mine. You see how short it is now?
Yeah,
But
notice
also,
that. Man,
I look funny because like my face is getting skinny and my neck is getting skinny.
See the bucket there, Mr. Stu?
And then my
Yep.
hair is getting
If you
old and
don't
gray.
get your appraisal, Buc-ee's.
Can hardly hear you, Terry.
You're robotic.
Yep.
We got a lot of noise in the truck. It's a Hemi with almost open headers.
Oh well.
Yeah, Ernie.
Ernie, I hope you get that sorted. I hope you get that sorted, Ernie. That's a rock and a hard place, that one.
What is it? What is it?
Basically, Ernie's saying that, well, see, the blood doctor found out I have more than one spot in my stomach that was bleeding. Now I'm waiting on a test to see if I get IV iron or blood. A
They
few
might
things
have
are
to do
still
a
low.
transfusion. They might have to do a
Internal bleeding.
transfusion. They'll get him hooked up.
Yep.
So I thought I'd give you a change of scenery.
Oh, look at you. The man shed.
Oh, I just ran over my light.
Oh, wait
Here,
a
look
minute.
at
I got guest. Got guest. Invite at the stage.
Hey,
it.
Mr.
There
Open.
we go.
What's up, fellow?
Hello.
I'm just going to run the heater for a bit and warm up. It's cold here.
You know something, right? I kid you not. If I want to go fishing, I'd have to get up at like 5 o'clock in the morning and get a bus to go somewhere and fish during the day. And it gets dark at like 4 o'clock here. It's ridiculous. If it says DHA blood, I will want to tie jigs afterwards, lol. Oh, there you go, Dave.
You never know if it's Stu's blood you'll want to tie
I got
multiplies for the rest.
I got 6 of
That's
them TIG welded up. They're not pretty, but they look better than regular welding, MIG welding.
You know something, Dave? Bob convinced me to buy those rod holders he was using, the spiral one. Not
Yeah.
even a week after, not
There's
after a week after
Cabela's.
I told him.
We
I
just
told
went
him,
by
for one,
Cabela's.
He got
shows
some
up
of these
with
in the
well,
mail.
look how quick these things are, he says.
I can't believe that. I mean, I can understand where Bob's coming from, right? If they're only $2 from, like, what do you call it? If they're only $2 from Walmart, I mean, okay, you're paying for what you get. But I mean, since they're made of aluminium and they're pretty strong, I can understand why people are buying them. But I
Well,
would rather buy
mine aren't
something.
aluminum. Mine are
No,
steel.
I know this is what I was getting to. This is what I
Oh,
was
you're
getting to.
talking about the.
If you get the ones for cheapest chips talking sake, right? The ones from Walmart will do, but over time they're going to be flimsy because they're made of aluminium. When if you look at Dave's, they're basically built to last forever. Nothing's going to corrode that in a hurry.
Here's one of the
Here's
boat
my
ones.
rock holders. Oh. I don't know how I can get you to the. I don't know how I'm going to be able to get you that, Ernie. I really don't. Oh man, look at that. Look how pretty that is.
You passed 518?
If I could get
This
my
year,
camera to go where I went. But see my station that I got all set up now? Like everything's right here now, light.
Better because there was work back there.
yeah.
I used to always go this way.
But I mean, Dave, your rod holders are something special.
But I'm still trying.
Well, here, I'll show you the. Can you see the welds? They're a little ugly, but I'm still
You'll buff
learning
them
to
right up.
TIG, so I'll get it figured out.
You'll get that buffed up in no time.
Oh,
But see I'm doing better than that on that. So
right there, right?
That's awesome. I mean, I'd rather have something that's built to
but I
last
learned how
another
to.
time.
Yeah, well, so far I've only used a small bottle of shield gas, so that tells you how long I've been TIG welding. Not very.
There's the academy.
Nice.
Hey, I need to go in there.
That's where I'm
My
gonna, that's where I'm gonna get. That's where I'm gonna get my decoys.
my
He's
son
going in there.
Timothy. My son Timothy is down in his new town. He just bought a house. He just went and signed all the closing stuff right now.
That's
So
crazy.
I asked him, how does it feel to spend $90,000? And he says, I don't like it, but I need a place to live.
That's what happens.
Yeah, but he got a really good deal. The neighborhood he's in, his house would actually be around 120 or so, but it needed a roof and some other stuff. And so he went ahead and made all the deal and everything, and he'll put a roof on it himself. So I taught him how to roof when he was about 8. I needed help during the summer.
Mm-hmm. I remember you telling us that you had to get a roof done somewhere. I can't remember. Was it for your shed or barn?
No, it was my house. But I had a company. I had a friend that knew a guy here in town, and I had them come and do it because it's rolled roofing. So even though I have an angled roof, it hides behind my, high walls on my building. So when you look at my building, it doesn't look like I got a roof.
Aren't those called parapets?
I don't know what it's called. They said I have a hipped roof with a knee wall around it because the wall's 3 foot high. But basically, here's the side of my building.
Wow.
So this is the side of my house because my shop's in the back of my house, of course. But then I have my semi trailer behind me, our storage unit, and then my junk pile from all my projects.
Hey, Poker Rossi.
But then back this way. I mean, my neighborhood is very quiet because I'm surrounded by businesses.
Yeah, I see.
So when I play my 5,000 watt house stereo, I don't get no complaints from anybody. You know the stereo that you buy in your mid 30s, and then of course I'm in
Yep.
my 50s and I still have it.
Yeah, we had a Macintosh with JBL studio speakers,
See, I got a
NADCV equalizers and all that.
I have a Yamaha I have a Yamaha 671, so 7.1 surround sound, and I got all the big clip speakers. So I got
Oh yeah,
5
those
foot.
clips were mean. Remember in the 70s, the ones that looked like a door? They were
Yeah,
about an inch and a half thick, about 3 feet wide, 6 feet tall.
yeah, I can turn my stereo up to where the pictures bounce off our walls.
Yeah.
So when we watch movies, my kids compare our theater in our living room to the IMAX, but no cost.
Brad,
But
what
we
are you
do. I
doing?
mean,
You just get
we
up
have a
and
4K
before you go back
TV
in.
and all that stuff because of the kids, and Gregory deserves to watch good movies, and I get to
I think
deserve to
Brad,
not
Oh,
listen
that
to
was
Naomi.
storage.
Huh?
I just drove by storage where my boat is. I got to get it home soon, but I've been going on his boat. Man, it's bigger than mine.
Well, I got everything to fix my pontoon finally, so we should.
Nice, man.
And then our lake got 7 inches of water in it, so I know that's not much, but that's 7 more inches than it had the other day.
Yeah, no, that's a considerable amount. Folks don't realize.
Yeah. Well, it's got to come up 8 feet to be full again, but 7 inches is a lot.
Nice.
that's
I
a
mean, that's
lot of
5%.
water to cover that
That's
much.
5%. So that's 5%. So technically, 20 more rains like that, and we'd be full. But also all the runoff from today, and then rain continues to run for a couple of days into a lake. So
Yep.
they're
Where I'm
expecting
at,
for it to.
where I'm at, it's flat here, though.
Yeah, well,
How's the
see, that's the
heating coming
thing is,
along?
I'm in South Central Kansas, so our lake is normally 12,000 acres, and it's only 5,000 right now. It's normally 36 feet deep and 12,000 acres, so that tells you very shallow lake.
Yeah.
So
Well, the difference between a lake and a pond is in a lake, sunlight will hit less than 50% of the lake's bottom.
yeah,
So a lot of folks don't know the difference between a lake and a pond. They think it's the size, but it's the depth.
yeah. I think somebody said that pretty much any body of water bigger than or deeper than 12 to 15 feet is considered a lake.
Well, it's about the amount of sunlight that penetrates to the bottom.
Oh, well,
If,
in our case, almost the pond out here would be considered a lake because they're all dark. Our water is so dark and dingy, you can't see. Even when the lake is clear, you're only seeing about a foot.
yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of pea soup around here.
Yeah, we have too much silt in our water, so our water gets dirty fast. And
It's
then
the
also,
same.
here, let me put it this way: at Cheney, when it's at full depth, you can walk 200 yards out into the water and only be waist deep.
Dang.
Yeah, there's certain spots of the lake you can go to where you can walk out 50 feet and you'll be waist deep, but most of it is 150, 200 yards and you're waist deep.
Yeah, the lakes I used to fish in San Diego, some of them were really deep right offshore, buddy.
Yeah. Well, we got a couple lakes that are, out east that are like 2 hours travel or 3 hours travel that, 5 feet off bank, it's 5 feet deep.
Yeah.
So,
Now, I'm talking
lakes like that.
5 feet off the bank, it'd be 20 feet deep.
Yeah.
So
See, we don't have nothing like
10
that
yards,
here.
10 yards offshore, and you're looking at 40 feet deep.
Yeah.
100
See,
yards out, you're looking at over 100 feet deep.
yeah.
and then a lot of rock on shore and such.
Well, the fullest my river has been this whole year is about a foot deep.
Oh yeah, Mr. Country's got. You can see the water there. He's on some water there. Look, he's going down fishing. Oh man. Well, we're almost home. Well, he's dropping me off. Look, cop. Huh. I'm almost home. What time is it? 22:58. Mama just headed back to work, though. I'll dismiss her. She was home for lunch. When we left the island, I called her and said we were on our way home, and she just started lunch. But it took us almost an hour. No, it was 10 after. So it's taken us 50 minutes to get home from the island. Well, Galveston Island. We were at the yacht basin in Galveston Island. Took 50 minutes to my front door.
Put them dogs out, Matthew. You girls want to go out?
And we were on the far side of the island. And we were on the far side of the island too. Almost home. I thought you were forgetting to turn for a minute there.
I'm still here. Don't panic.
Hey, Stuart. I'm going to take off, bud. Did you hear
Okay,
me?
Dave.
You heading
Yeah,
out
that-
there, Mr. Double?
Yeah.
All right. Hey, nice talking with you,
Right
buddy.
on.
I'll see you later.
Yeah. Take care, guys. Sorry, my phone keeps
Love you, Dave.
popping up. Are you going to call me back? Are you going to call me back? Blah, 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 blah. All kinds of stuff. So I guess my son wants to talk to me about his house. So
Pull up by the
Right.
driveway till we can pop the
I
pressure
done
washer.
told him he wasn't getting no money from me. So he can use my truck to move in. I said, that's all you get. But he's been working both EMT jobs the last 6 months almost now. So he's saved up quite a bit. He won't his payments are going to be about a third of what rent is around here.
Nice. That's the way.
And being 25 years old and buying a house and everything, I think he's doing all the right stuff. So Rosie,
Well,
quit
you look
barking at
after
that
yourself,
cat.
Dave.
But
You look after yourself and tell everybody we're asking for them.
yeah. And Naomi, I keep trying to talk Naomi to go back to the doctor. She's being stubborn. So remember her. So she's got that lump in her breast they're concerned about, and she's like, it'll be what it is. So, and I just can't get her to go figure it out. I think she's just scared. So
Have a conversation with her on both of you
yeah.
on your own.
Well, it's
Best idea, man.
I keep doing it. I'm fixing to just drag her by her hair up there. So
Get over your knee.
Well, just take her up there. Just I can't be done with this. Just I can't. You're
I
coming
keep
with
telling
me.
her. I keep telling her to come here and let me feel it and see if it's got any bigger, and I keep getting smacked. So
Okay. All right. See you later. Okay.
all right, we'll see you guys.
All right, bud.
Good luck, Dave. Love you, brother.
Bye, Stewie.
See you later, bud.
See ya.
Yeah. Bye, guys.
Bye bye. Bye bye. Right. Oh, Naomi, what you doing, man?
Boat cleaning material. wet towel.
Brad? Brad? You getting any more bites? You got yourself muted, Brad, so I can't hear you.
Whoops. Let me mute this too.
Just had one jump a minute ago
Oh,
right
wow.
in front of me.
Jengs. That looks like a nice place to fish.
It is.
Right where we started, Mr. Stu. The coffee pot this morning.
So I noticed.
And look, I ate the catfish for breakfast before I took off. It didn't make it to
You
lunch.
probably used that as bait.
All right, I'm gonna go down. I'll come back in a little bit. I gotta check out what I gotta do here now.
Okay.
I'll see you all in a bit.
Bye-bye. Get him, Brad. Get him. Do. Get him, Brad. Get him. Is my chat frozen or something? Shouldn't be.
I got too fancy with one of my casts. Now I'm retying.
Ah. My link.
I thought it was up on anyway. Right, I don't get this. It shows on yours how many you have in chat. It didn't show that on Bob's today.
No, because if you're doing members only, they won't show you. Oh, Uncle Rick, the thing's in chat if you want to bounce up and say hello. I just had double hook angling up. I've had Bob up, Teddy B up, and I've got Brad fishing. Darling, Damme, we've had 5 pike and 1 very large bass. One very large bass. That thing was a tank.
That was one of my better ones of the year, actually.
Damn Fish on Adventures is BAM ATC.
Bam, 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 thing six.
Bam, 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 bam. Oh, man.
Nice bass. That brook trout cut bait you told me about really paid off, Stuart.
Well,
Cool. I'm getting ready to go to slow
well, you can come up and panel, Uncle Rick. There's nothing stopping you.
That's awesome. Catching some tooted critters. That's what I'm all about. I love catching bass as well.
I mean, the thing is, right, the way I look at it, if I say something that might be from like a different state, right, so or a different part, but I mean, cut bait, trout especially, the skin of them is so tough. You could use that as bait. Well, wrap it in the bait. Trout skin's very tough to get off a hook. I mean, I do come up with suggestions sometimes. Some of them are garbage, and some of them
work.
Some of them work. It just so happened that that worked for you. I mean, I felt so sorry for Tim yesterday. I mean, I tried all my tricks to try and help Tim get a fish. I did. I mean, he had bites off it, but just nothing would stay on. The link's in chat. If anybody wants to come up and panel, you're more than welcome.
No, it's not that far back in chat.
It's not that far back in chat. It's only what,
A few comments back.
a few comments back. What, 7, 8 comments back?
Ten comments back from me.
Well, 10 comments.
There's like, I've got that bit sitting there.
Mm-hmm.
So like 10
Oh,
comments.
that's all right then.
Double hit back. He's in chat.
All right, Dave. Let's say links there if you want to bounce back up. Like, you're more than welcome. Going to make chili for dinner. Oh, nice. That's awesome. What a bullseye target at the top up there I'm seeing. What bullseye target?
He's asking about that.
Oh, what is a bullseye target? So basically, it's for people who wish to donate. To like
Ask a question.
you can ask a question. Just basically, you're paying to ask a question. It's a new feature that YouTube are doing. So you
There's
can.
only an hour and 35 left of it in 25 seconds.
So basically, whatever
Okay,
donation I
okay.
get off of that, it's just basically it's a little target thing. You don't have to do nothing, but it's just there. It's a YouTube thing. So it's just something different. Nice, damn. See? Two people think alike.
Chili. No, we're just picking if we don't really do.
Yeah, we're just
Oh,
we're snacking.
there's ham in the fridge, there's bread, there's coleslaw. I've put the button top the lid of the coleslaw so it's not staying shut.
I knew that would happen.
So the butter's sitting on top of it. won't be able to do that. Two. Done.
So yeah, that's what the bullseye thing's for. It's a new feature that YouTube have brought out that basically you can get a little target out of it. There's no set price on it either, so you can, if anybody wants to, they can just put as much as they want. You can do it 5 times over. There we go. Add the stage.
What are you doing? Tying mop jigs again?
Yeah. Thank you, Dan. Right. ATC, this is for you. Stuart, will we hear ATC say BAM? Pretty positive we'll get a BAM.
I got something. I still will be back.
Yeah, I'm tying up mops.
This is for somebody else though that asked you.
This is these are going to a guy called Jimmy that goes into Bob's chat. He sometimes comes into mine, but
Jimmy
I
who?
was
The one that just says Jimmy?
Yeah, I was on
Yeah.
a video call with him through, what do you call it, Instagram, and because he said, "Oh, Stu, I'd love to have some of your flies, man." I was like, "Well, send me a message on Insta." So he sent me a message. I phoned him back, and as I phoned him, he says, "I've already had one fish so far," and then he caught another 2 while I was on a live call with him, and then he caught, I think, 2 or 3 afterwards. So yeah, these are for him. Because he's like, I'd like to try and use them for through the winter time. I was like, that's fine. So bam. Bob saying bam. Oh.
Or did you get a shot of my butt or something? What did he say?
No, no, it's bam. YouTube have got a thing up, right? They've got a new thing. Ground beef. Oh, nice. They've got a new thing up, right? Where you can go into your chat, you can set a target. So I did a target last time and I got it. And people can just donate whatever they want. But the thing is, you can ask a question in that donation. So just say, for instance, that
that
if you're
thing that,
tying,
yeah, I know what you're talking about now.
yeah. So it's like if you're tying something at the desk, you could just somebody could like basically on the YouTube side, you put in like a donation package 5 times, and you can run it for like, just say for instance 2 hours, because you won't go over a certain length of time. But you could put in that just saying, well, ask me a question. So they could ask you, what size of hooks do you, what kind of, what brand of hooks do you like? What brand of thread do you like? All that kind of stuff. So, I mean, it does help. And then
My
you get
wife's
to
gonna
that
make
target. You get to
my
that
wife's
target, then
right on. Naomi's gonna make me ruin the chili today.
oh no.
She's gonna have me put these 2 cans in there.
Oh.
See, chili don't need beans. But she grew up where they put chili or beans in their chili. But I guess a lot of people up north put beans in their chili too.
I put beans in my chili.
baked beans. I'd kid
Yeah,
I
see,
put all.
chili's
I
not
put
supposed to
that,
have beans. Chili's just supposed to be meat and chili, or meat and chilies. There's not supposed to
yeah.
be any beans in it.
Well, I like my, what do you call them?
taco beans.
I like taco beans and my kidney beans.
Yeah, see, so chili beans is basically taco beans. They're pinto beans.
All normal people do, Dave.
And then what? What?
Yep, I usually that and that's the only.
Was said?
Bob is an all normal people do, Dave, laughing face. And Ernie has said, yep, I was raised like that. I use pinto beans.
Well, these chili beans is pinto beans and chili sauce. So
Why did you say that? Sorry, yeah, because I just brought just three for myself.
So yeah, I mean
the
everybody's
best
different.
thing to do is just get you a beef roast, chuck roast,
Mhm.
throw it in a pan, and cook it down to nothing with some tomatoes and some chilies. And that's all you need. But here in Kansas, and I know in other states they do this too, you have to have cinnamon rolls with the chili. So here you eat cinnamon rolls with the chili, and Gregory puts his cinnamon roll in the bowl and then dumps the chili all over the top of it. So, and actually, when I was eating carbs and sugar, that is like the best way. I've grew up with, eating it corn chips, eating it with crackers, eating it with all different kinds of cornbread. I mean, everything. But the big fat homemade cinnamon roll in the bottom of the bowl with the chili dumped over it, or tear the cinnamon roll apart, and then dip it in the chili as you're eating it. But at school here, when we grew up in elementary school in Kansas, on days that they had chili, they had cinnamon rolls with the chili. Every school did it.
I didn't know that, you see.
So, at least, in our state. Rosie, leave that cow alone. I said, hush. Shush.
You gotta love Rosie.
I dropped that pan and she laid down. She thought I was coming to get her. Yeah, what? You hear your name? Huh? Look, you hear your name?
Hey, Rosie.
Oh, get molested.
Hey,
Oh, get molested. Fix your ear.
I love it when you do it. See, on a Friday morning, you're sitting there tying up jigs. You go like this, and you get this big, massive lick up the elbow. Oh, look at you. Oh, man. You both are cute. Both of you are gorgeous.
The rat needs a bath. She's got mud all in her hole. Come here, Lily. Come here. Come here. Oh, got scared. Come here, Rosie. I'm not talking to you, ding-a-ling. Well, you want outside? I don't know what you want.
Oh, man.
Crazy dog. Hey. Better quit looking at me. No. Stop.
That's that. Rosie loves to lick Dave to death. Sit there, tie jig, and get a big, massive lick up the elbow. Like, why?
9 times out of 10, she gets my armpit.
Get out of my
Especially
armpit.
if I got a cut off, she most definitely usually does. Would you go away?
Oh.
So, some leftover peppers from the garden.
Oh, nice.
That one's got a little wrinkle to it, but it'll be all right. It'll soak up those chili sauces. And then, see, most people would throw this away, but I'm just going to cut that off. It'll be okay.
That's the best way. I mean, there's so much waste nowadays, right?
Yeah.
Now, this is what I don't understand. Pumpkins, right?
Here, look at this bowl. I will eat all of these, even these ones that are starting to dry out and stuff. They'll get eaten.
Mm-hmm.
Now, like maybe
I mean-
that one may not because it's a little funky, but
I mean, I look at pumpkins, right, as the go-to thing, or for people as the go-to thing to go and carve out for Halloween. I tell you something, people would rather go and, well, especially across here, we use a turnip. Okay, they might be the hardest things to carve out, but they're worth it. Because you can't do nothing with a pumpkin after it's been carved out.
well, you can cook the seeds and have the seeds and all, and you're only going to carve a few pumpkins, and usually get so many. When we grew pumpkins, we had so many pumpkins we didn't know what to do with them. But I'll take and make pumpkin stew and stuff like that.
I mean, I understand that, okay, a pumpkin's more of an American vegetable.
Well,
than it is across here.
squash are from North America. Even zucchini and all that, they're all from North America. They just, whether it was 400 years ago, 200 years ago, or what.
I mean, across here, we used to carve out with turnips.
Yeah.
I mean, that is a skill.
Yeah.
It might hurt your hands
Well,
or
that's
whatever
how it
else, but I
started.
tell you,
That's how it was brought over here, but they had to use what they had because there wasn't that much turnip here. Now, like in our area, turnips are a big thing. So, like, we're fixing to go get some turnips this week. So, we go out to a farm where they grow about 4 or 5 acres of turnips, and people come out and you pick your own, and that way you can get what size you want and all that.
I agree.
So here, maybe I can make it where y'all can see what I do. We'll make a part cooking show out of this.
Well, I tell you, you can call this a soup, but it's more like a medicine, right? For my homemade soup, you get 2 ham hocks in a big massive pot. Basically, should chop up, take the skin off the turnip, because we call turnips neeps. Take off the skin, dice them into like fine chunks. Then grate your carrot, so you get like a 2.2 pound of carrot. Basically peel them and then grate them, so you get all the mud off them. And then basically once you're done that, you put your basically peel potatoes and then quarter them, and then just leave it to boil, and then put it to simmer. So when the pork, the ham hock the meat on the ham hock comes off, you know that the soup's near enough ready. Then get a tatty masher, just mash it down, and it's delicious. But there's another ingredient you add with that is vegetable stock pots.
What kind of turnips do you guys use over there? Because here we use
We
mostly here the number one turnip that I would say is grown here more than anything is the purple top. So like the top half of the turnip's purple, the bottom half's white.
Yep. So you get purple and green. Well, basically it's like purple at the bottom and green on top. Or white.
And we eat them. We'll eat them raw. We'll eat them cooked. I like them as mashed potatoes. Cook it, take and put down a layer of turnips, then a layer of potatoes, then a layer of turnips, potatoes, and then put cheesy milk all over it, and then bake them in the oven and basically make scallop potatoes.
I keep them with beets, carrots.
That's the kind of
Potatoes,
stuff I
parsnip,
like.
olive oil, rosemary, thyme, roast them, and they are yep.
Oh, yeah.
Done that
Just
too.
take one and slice off a little chunk fresh and put a little salt on it and just eat it fresh too.
I've never had them raw. I've never had the turnip raw.
They're kind of like like a white radish, but they're not as tart or spicy as a radish. They're kind of, they don't have no spiciness at all, but they have the same consistency like a big radish.
Beautiful for Thanksgiving.
Rosie, what do you want? I'm not feeding
I
you.
don't.
You
I
can wait
don't.
until Mom gets home. I'm not letting you
I
out. You
don't.
just came
I'm
in.
not a big turkey fan. I'm really not a big turkey fan.
I just fell off the turnip truck.
I don't like turkey. If I eat turkey, I eat the turkey thighs. But I don't like chicken breast neither. Rosie, get your nose off the counter. I don't. She's
Like,
smelling the mandarin oranges. There's nothing up there. You're being annoying.
it is in the oven. Right, Bob's gonna have a little rest while he's got the fish in the oven. I'm hoping he's gonna pop back up so we can actually see this.
You'll end up probably doing a community post or something.
I like to see him pop back up when this comes out the oven because he's put it in there raw. So I mean, I'd like to see it cooked.
It's like a fish fry, doesn't live it. It's like a casserole thing. Right, I'll rid yourself in like
Yeah, we're having snack foods today.
cold meat,
Cold meats, cheeses.
coleslaw.
This time of year, I can whip out my favorite word. Go on then. What's your favorite word?
Christmas.
I wonder if it is Christmas or is it Thanksgiving? See, this is what bothers me, right? You guys do Thanksgiving, and I appreciate that. But the one you spoil it for the very next day when it says Black Friday. So you go around your neighbour's house. You go around your neighbour's house. Be all Thanksgiving. Here's a turkey for you, and you get a turkey back, and whatever else. You exchange gifts, and then the next day you're your worst enemy.
I like to
Oh, for the shopping.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah,
what's the point?
I've never, ever, every single Black Friday, you know where I've been? In my living room visiting with the family that's still left around. We don't do the.
I like spatchcock my turkey and smoke it.
In other words,
Yeah,
Yeah,
see,
spatchcock.
I would rather, like, the number one bird that there is to eat. What do you think I think it is?
Oh, number one bird to eat.
Season starts in a couple weeks for us. They got long tails.
pheasant.
Oh, pheasants. Yeah.
My son was out there at our property yesterday at the farm, and he
Go
said
on.
he saw at least 10 or 15 cockbirds out there. And it's like, as soon as he started driving out, they were like busting off the road, flying into the field and stuff. So, but here's what's funny is there's a bird farm a half a mile south of there. During that big storm that we had a couple months ago, it blew down their tent that they had all their birds in. So 50,000 pheasant cocks got out. They only got about 5,000 back. So there's 45,000 gamecocks running around out there by our place. So this is going to be like shooting birds. Like, I mean, you're going to limit out every time you go out because you're only allowed 6. I told him I was going to drive the quad around out there, the lawnmower around, and shoot off my lawnmower.
Well, I'm going to tell you something. You guys have only got a limit of 6. Across here, if it's roadkill and it's decent roadkill, it's a free home.
Yeah, see here, you can't take roadkill here unless you call the state and tell them. Now, if you have a hunting license and it's a roadkill bird and it's in season, you can take it. But if it's not in season, you can't take it even if it's roadkill. But
So
the key is you just stop, you get out, you take it, and you just shut up.
Exactly.
What's it going to do? Let the buzzards eat it or the flies? It'd be better on at my plate.
Exactly. Well, Bob says we don't participate in Black Friday. We stock trout and fish for them. It's a huge party every year, right? And Bob says, I'm biting my tongue. Please, someone say it. What, Thanksgiving? Christmas?
You just probably just said it.
Thanksgiving?
I don't like Thanksgiving. You know why?
Go
I
on.
have to do all the cooking. Would you quit licking my armpit? What do you want? What do you want? What?
Told
What?
you, armpit gets it every time.
Matt, put them out. You want outside? No, you don't want outside?
Good,
What do you
Bob.
want? You want food? You want some food? That's what you want? Matthew, can you feed them? Get her some
I'll
food.
tell you
out.
something, Brad. I'm going to give it to you, brother. You have done wonders.
No, I'll tell you when you're older.
You have done wonders, my man.
No.
What do you mean you'll tell me when I'm old enough? I'm a near enough 34-year-old man. Come on, give it to me. What are you going to tell me? Someone say it. Say
You're
what?
still a kid.
Tell you. I sit here and promote Bob. There's an Anything Is Possible t-shirt. There's an Anything Is Possible hat, and I'm going to tell you when you're older. You know what I mean? Bob hat. Bob t-shirt. I mean, I don't know. Bob, that's not very funny.
And then,
Brad,
of course,
you hear what your Bob said about you?
what?
Not suitable for you. You get out of here, Bob. Go and have a rest. You're tired.
Message me then, Bob.
Message us behind the scenes. Message. Brad's fishing like there's no tomorrow. I've caught and eaten my catch, and he's still going.
You've not eaten yours yet.
You haven't eaten yours yet. Yours is still baking in the oven.
Yours is in the oven cooking.
Dave, I'm going to ask you so. How do you put up? How do you put up? How do you put up with Bob? How do you put up with him? Uncle Donar. Welcome
Hey,
in.
Don.
How do you put up with? How do you put up with Anything Is Possible?
I'll bet you, Stu. You know what? I bet you he's asking, how does anybody put up with you?
No, he hasn't asked that yet.
How do you know he's not asked me and I've never said nothing?
Because you'd tell me.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, you would.
Well, I'm nice today.
I'm nice. What, you trying to say I'm not?
Oh, I didn't say after I got back that after I talked to my son, he bought the house. They
Oh,
closed.
wow.
So now he's in debt.
He's in debt.
Well, it's only been 40 days in the making. It's taken 40 days to get this far. Because they
Something
kept
else
going back
happened in
and forth.
40 days.
The people wanted too much money, and he was like, I ain't spending that much money. And then they went back and forth with the cost, and he saved almost $20,000 over what they were originally asking. But he's also getting he's going to put a new roof on it and stuff like that. So
Well, good luck to him.
I'll give him a housewarming present. I'll tell him that he's got to take Gregory down there for a couple days. Give me a present. You guys think Gregory don't talk because y'all don't never hear him talk. But you know what?
I've never had him in my chat, Dave.
He just doesn't go into certain people's stuff. He wants to watch fishing. So he wants to watch everybody fishing, and he loves possum, and he loves Tim Catfish Dog, and Dustin, and River Rat 3030. And those are like his top
Jody.
4 or 5. So
He loves Jody too. He is a Jody.
yeah, he really likes Jody. But see,
And he
here's the thing is
loves
when we go
him.
fishing, it's nonstop talk about who caught what on what live at, and he'll be like at 11:15 last night, they caught this fish and da 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 and all. He knows times, everything, all that. He tells me the way they, how much they weigh. He remembers all that. And it's all the way there, but it's also every 30 seconds he's changing the radio while he's doing all this talking to me. So it's usually a pretty interesting ride to wherever we're going. And I get caught up because, I go to bed early. I'm in bed like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at the latest. And Gregory, he stays up and he gets in there and he chats with everybody. He has full-blown conversations with them and all that. It's just all in text. He doesn't have to say a word.
I mean, I got to admit, I love Gregory. I really do. I mean, I commend him because Hey, Gregory.
Look, Gregory, it's Stuart.
Hey, Gregory.
What are you making? Is that your dinner? Is that your dinner?
Uncle Donars just said he don't love me.
He says hi to everybody, I think. When he's in their lives.
I mean, I tell you, he's upset Uncle Donar because the uncle, he says, he don't love me.
Hey, Gregory. Come here. Here, do you love Uncle Donar? You like Donar, don't you? Yeah, see. What about Stuart?
Hey, Gregory.
Oh, there's some side eye. He was like, here, we do. What about Stuart? Do you like Stuart?
What's the matter with me, Gregory? What's the matter with me?
That was yeah, maybe. I told you, Stuart. He's finicky.
Well, you've got Ernie saying hello to you. You've got Wendy saying hello to you, Gregory.
Hey, Gregory, everybody's saying hi to you. He's just smiling over there.
He's smiling.
All right, you can go play. Bye. He thought he had to come back. He was like, he was coming
Uncle
back all
Don
mopey and shoulders on. See, this is what I use. I cheat. I don't make my own seasoning anymore. I haven't for like 20 years. I just when they got it down, you might as well just use it.
Mm-hmm.
You see what it was?
Yep, chili seasoning.
Yeah, but the brand Williams. Yeah, they're like, you look it up. They're like the number one there is. But the key is when you do your meat and your peppers and your onions, before you put your liquids in there, put this in there and let it get some heat to it without any of the other stuff, or it'll taste bitter. You gotta bloom your seasonings. Oh, that's the shaky side. We need the pour side. And don't be bashful. So like,
damn, I walked away and Miss Gregory. Yes, you did, Bob.
don't be bashful. Use a half a cup at least.
See, some of the spicy stuff, right? Like, well, not
Bring
spicy, but
spice into your life, Stuart, and quit being bashful.
I'm not being bashful, but I'm just saying sometimes less is more.
If I knew that I wouldn't get caught by the EPA police, I would put some of this in an envelope and send it to you. And you talk about light up your life.
Light up your life. Oh man, I need to head across the
They would
pond.
be
I'm
like,
going to
that pepper's been banned in Scotland for however many. You can't send that over here. Where's your food inspection import tax or whatever?
Oh.
But it would probably be our country going, "Hey, you're trying to send that out."
Well, that's the problem. Oh man, Bob. Jeez, oh. Bob's got a big jalapeno sliced up for this trout bait. Jalapenos is nice for chicken and a Mexican dish.
Oh, that Mexican sandwich.
The Mexican sandwich I get is really nice.
Well,
right?
if
That's
it's
the only
Mexican dish, you can't say chicken. You have to say pollo,
pollo.
because that chicken, that Spanish for chicken is pollo. Pollo bendito is chicken covered in white cheese sauce
Okay.
with some habaneros and stuff mixed in there.
Goes with everything. That's Bob for you.
I'm not keen on jalapenos though.
Jalapenos, I've got to be in the mood for them. I can't just eat them.
No, you eat them occasionally when you get that Greg sandwich.
When I get the Greg sandwich, it's nice. But I don't, honestly, Dave, my stomach's duffed. My stomach is screwed.
I'm married to a Puerto Rican. I can eat any spicy thing there is.
My stomach just won't take it.
Never mind.
My stomach is
You know why? Because all that soda pop you drink, all that sugar in that soda, all that fake sugar in that soda pop upset your stomach. Because fake sugar is worse for you than real sugar. Because the fake sugar, your body thinks you're getting sugar, and it releases insulin, and it's not got nothing to fight. I'll be quiet.
Brad. If you can hear me, Bob has just told me that is Brad not allowed to go home?
He's got to sleep at the lake tonight.
Wouldn't be the first
Brad
time.
can leave anytime he wants. I'm not
It didn't sound like he was too upset with that idea.
Brad's single. Brad goes home when he wants.
Yeah, there you go. That's why he stays out.
I don't have to own a doghouse. It's slow here, though. Holy smokes.
Oh, she's like a dark outline up on the way the sky's gone.
It's beautiful where you are, though, Brad, to be honest. It really is. I'm not keeping him out there. He's keeping himself there.
Should we do lessons?
Oh. Shall we do lessons?
So, improper use of a can opener. That tab is there for a reason. It's so you could go like this. And it sets down in there when you cut it. Or you can just cheat and get the pull tabby ones. Hey, look at there. Hi, Rick.
Uncle Rick.
Is it cold, Rick?
Having my hot coffee today. Not frozen to death.
Hey, Rick.
Thanks, country.
Hey, Rick, I gotta. You told when you saying something about the you needed the rod to set more level with my rod holder.
Yeah.
Okay, I got that fixed for you, and I'm gonna send you one and let you try it. Actually, I might just send you two, but you gotta wait. It rained so much today, I didn't go get no shield gas, so I gotta make some up. So I'm gonna adjust that for you, and then plus the two that I'm gonna send you are gonna be taller as well.
Bob said hello, Rick.
Really? Okay.
Cool.
And you don't owe me nothing, Rick.
Uncle.
Did you hear
Uncle
anything I
Don.
said, Rick?
Hey, okay.
Okay.
Is my volume working?
Yeah. You keep kind of pausing, like your internet's kind of sketchy.
My internet
But you're
sucks.
fine now. Well, there you just had a little freeze again.
Uncle Don is saying Ricky Poo.
Ricky Poo.
And
Is Don into something already to stay warm that he's calling him Ricky Poo? Because I bet you it's cold up there.
Hot coffee.
How cold is it there at your place, Rick?
Ernie is saying, think it's coffee time. Thanks, Rick.
Do what?
It's in the 60s.
Ernie's like, think it's coffee time.
It's rainy.
It was in the 60s this morning. Now it's in the 50s. The front came through.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bob's saying
it's
hello
hitting
to
me
you,
right
Rick.
now. Do what, Stuart?
Bob's saying hello to you.
Okay, yeah, I can read chat. Hello, Bob, Uncle Don R, Mike Sampson, Wendy Jane,
Sampy,
Uncle Don R. Pooh. How you doing, Uncle Don R. Pooh?
What?
Don R. Pooh. Uncle Don R. Pooh.
You need my address, or do you still have it?
Oh, Dave will have your address put in a book.
Did you go outside?
Okay.
Brad, where are you? Hello, Brad? Where are you?
No, I got your address.
Okay, bro.
Whenever I get somebody's address, I write it down in my address book. Either that or I shove the envelope in there, one of the two.
Awesome.
I'm a procrastinator, so if I could shove the envelope in there and write it down later, I will.
Yeah. I just got the stamps the other day. I got to get
Hey, I was going to tell you.
Card sent out to him.
I was going to tell you, was you the one that was complaining about how much you paid for stamps the other day?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. If you get on eBay, listen, you get on eBay and type in Forever Stamps. And I buy rolls of 100 count Forever Stamps. I buy the little roll. I usually get them sometimes for $12 to $15 because somebody will just have them for so long, then they'll just get rid of them.
Really?
Yeah. Now,
Wow.
it's not often that you find them like that, but you do find them.
Right here.
Rosie, quit barking.
Right here, there's 20 stamps.
Yeah. So, but if you can get
100,
if you can get 100 for that, though, I know, and that's ridiculous. That's just nuts.
About the only time I use a stamp is sending my my cards out to other fishermen. Other than that, I do everything online. I pay most of my bills online.
Yeah. Well, that's what I do. Is we pay most of our stuff online. Most of our bills come out automatically because we know pretty much what they're going to be.
Yeah, exactly. But stamps are getting so expensive. I know they got to be double what they was last time I bought a book.
They're 73 cents now for the Forever Stamp, but if you buy a regular stamp and don't get the Forever Stamps, they're a nickel cheaper.
Really? I thought.
Yeah, the Forever Stamps cost you more because they're with those Forever Stamps. How they make money is they print so much of them when the stamps are cheap or cheaper. Then they raise the rate of the stamp. So, but by selling that stamp a little bit more, they're covered for the next hike rate on stamps.
Gotcha.
So, but lately they've been doing hike rates every 6 months to a year, it seems like.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
But here, you want to know a good way to support your local postal service? or post office, all that junk mail that you get that has return envelopes, shove all of the contents back in that return envelope, and they will get their
And
junk back at the factory or the place that they sent that out, but they have to pay that return postage. So you're helping out
Gotcha.
the post
All that'll
office
do
by
is make
returning all the
help you
junk
out.
mail, but you're not putting that junk mail in your trash. You're putting it in theirs.
Man, I get a lot of junk mail.
Yep. So just open
Or
it up, take everything out, including the envelope, and fold it in half and shove it all back in the return envelope and send it back to them unfilled out. Now take anything that could be personal out, or black through it or something like that. But
Yeah.
But we
Is that
do
what you
that.
do?
Naomi sends back 4 or 5 papers a week. And if you really want to get them and there's somebody that's sending you stuff and you keep
What are
telling
you
them to
cooking,
quit,
Dave?
put a newspaper in there and make them pay the $7 or $8 shipping back. Chili. I'd already done chopped up all the peppers and onions and got them in there and then threw
What are
in
you
the
cooking?
chili.
Oh,
And then I'm using elk and then that grass-fed beef that we bought the quarter cow from.
yeah. Good deal.
We have a rancher friend here that her and her husband raise cows, and they're all grass-fed. They've never had grain in their life, and so we get that because we don't want none of the GMOs from the corn. Because people don't
Gotcha.
realize that GMO that them cows eat, that corn that they eat to finish them off, that goes into their meat. So if you get grass-fed beef the way God intended, because I figured if God wanted a cow to eat corn, he'd have put a beak on his face, or gave him a gizzard or something.
It makes them good and tender. I know that.
Well, I argue with that. Because the grass-fed beef that we get is finished young, so they're not full weight, so they're more like 700 to 800 pound cows, and not 1,000 to 1,100 or so. So
My
the
buddy's
meat,
got cows. He about 900. He ships them to the market.
yeah. So after it was all said and done with, we bought a quarter cow. That cost us $480. Then we had the processing fee, which was like $250 or something like that, and all that. So we were $750 into a quarter. So that's like a really good price though, because we got it from a friend. We went in with this and got it from a friend. Normally around here, a quarter is going to cost you $1,000, $1,200.
Yeah, I was going to say you got a pretty good deal.
Yeah. But also we got, almost 200 pounds of elk, and we got deer. And my son last night, he texted me and said, "Dad, do you want another doe?" So, and he's sitting there looking at a doe 9 yards from his stand. And then I was like, no, because I knew that he was going to be gone today and I'd be the one processing her.
Whack it anyway, save somebody from dying.
Yeah.
Whack that dude anyway.
He's going to get all 5 of his does. He's going to get all 5 of his does.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, Rick, I want him to do it when he's not working so he can clean the deer.
Mm-hmm.
At least quarter the dang thing up and get it into big chunks in the tub to where I can deal with it. I don't want to be out there in the garage cleaning something I didn't shoot.
Are you okay, Brad?
Right, gotcha.
Good. Warm up.
I'll clean other people's fish.
Warm up.
I don't mind cleaning other people's fish because I have an electric knife.
Now, I will be honest. I do like Bob's handy tool for a tin opener, right? I'm not going to dispute that, because if you're in a freezing cold day and you're trying to pack bait together, I get it. I understand it. I mean, it didn't help that he broke his thumb. So, I mean, that doesn't help.
Well, Bob's got 10 minutes and the trout bait's ready.
10 minutes and the trout bake is ready. What the heck is a trout bake?
Exactly what it says in the tin.
It's a trout casserole with Velveeta cheese and peas and stuff like that. Huh? Did you say that don't sound good?
Gross.
Yeah. You know, you went in here, the first meal that my wife ever made me, the first
What's
meal that
that?
Naomi ever made me was tuna out of a can, cooked with boxed macaroni and cheese, and she threw in peas. I told her at that point, I said,
Wow.
babe, I love you, but you will never cook in my house again. Get the heck out of my kitchen.
I hear you.
And for 30 years, she has not cooked. For 30 years, she has not cooked. She can bake, but she cannot cook.
You ever hear that expression, Dave? You do that with the dishes. You do a really, really bad job. You leave a bunch of grease on them and stuff, and they never ask you to do it again.
Yeah. Well, no,
She
here's the
probably-
thing. My wife really tried, but she had a maid her entire life because her mother's a doctor. So she was never taught how to cook or anything like that. She was never, she just didn't never get it. And she don't even know how to do dishes. And I'm not saying that as a joke. She literally goes in and she gets brain locked of what to wash first, you know, and all that kind of stuff. So it's just, even loading the dishwasher, she gets confused in where to place things in the dishwasher. I love her, but certain things just don't click. But she also, she's like Gregory, she has autism, so sometimes things are a struggle.
Right.
Rick, I don't know if you can read chat, but I tell you, Bob's going to make one and send it out to you.
I read it, Bob.
Bob.
Tuna, cream of mushroom, and macaronis, and onion pepper.
Oops.
Ernie Brown. Hello, Ernie.
I was trying to like scroll the opposite side.
All right. I'm going to get off here, Stu. I've got some running I got to go do, and I'm going to take care of that. I'm going to give your channel a support and a thumbs up, brother.
Well, thank you. You're an awesome member to the Jelly Club,
Hey,
Rick.
Rick, give me, I'm a little bit out, so give me a week or two and you'll have those.
No problem, Dave. I appreciate it, brother.
Yeah.
We'll definitely put them to use.
Well, that's what they're meant for.
That's right.
And I know that you'll let plenty of people know where you go.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Thank you, brother.
Well, I just want to have a good solution for you for them carp, so you're not having issues. And I figured out a decent enough solution for you, so I'll get them on the way.
Awesome. All right, well, Dave. Thank you. Later, Don Arpu.
Before you leave, Uncle Rick, quickly, did you give Tim a pet yesterday?
Did I give him a pet?
Yeah, did you give him a pet, that dog, for me?
No.
Well, next time you see Tim, pet that dog for me.
You on me?
Just pet that dog for me next time you see him.
All right.
I won't pet that dog.
Yeah. See you, Steve. Bye, Dave.
Yeah, later, bud.
Love you.
Have a good one. Bye.
Same to you. Now, Ernie Brown's like, I use tuna cream of mushroom. I use tuna cream of mushroom and macaroni. Add onions and peppers.
Fish and pasta don't go together.
Oh, they do. Tuna pasta bake is lovely.
No. Even
Well,
shrimp
like
and pasta together. Naomi likes shrimp Alfredo, and I think it tastes like glue.
I love tuna and tuna pasta bake.
You know the best way to eat tuna?
Go on.
In little raw slices with some rice and some soy sauce.
Yeah, sushi.
That's the way I like tuna. Or a tuna steak's not bad if you season it real good with some black pepper and, cracked black pepper and some sea salt and stuff. Throw it on the grill real hot for about, 5 minutes each side. Nice thick 1-inch piece.
Yep. Tuna and
Biscuit.
sweet corn and a panini with cheese. A tuna cheese melt.
Is that a goulash?
Tuna and cheese and sweet corn go together. Trust me, they do.
Used to have a cat that wouldn't even eat tuna.
Goulash.
It was a picky
That's
cat. It wouldn't eat people food.
Goulash.
It would eat dry cat food only.
Goulash is a Danish dish.
Okay, but what goulash though? The goulash with potatoes, that's the Danish dish, or the goulash
it's not
with
Danish.
elbow noodles, that is an American dish.
What's goulash? Where's goulash again? That's Scotland played them in the World Cup not long ago. What's their name?
Okay, here in America we have Stuart. Here in America we have a dish called goulash, and it is elbow noodles and tomatoes and some other seasoning with zucchini and stuff like that cooked in it.
Uh-oh.
Hey, anything. Put a hat on. Turn the lights down.
I'm going to make this quick because we're hungry. We're going to eat. I'm going to try to turn the camera around and show you. Too bad Rick's not here.
I want to see this. Being that it's trout, I would at least I would eat it just to be nice.
Hold on, let me get some glove on here so I don't burn myself.
Boy, you ain't got much room to get in that oven. One cider, ain't it?
That's what it looks like. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but
yeah, it looks good.
Yeah, wait a minute. I'm gonna go solo layout. Wait a minute. Let's see. Look at this beast. Well, that's
go.
even better. There we go.
Oh, yes.
Oh, bulb.
Still looks like it needs more time.
Oh, it's not. All right. Stop looking at my fish.
Stop my fish.
That's it. Dinner time.
God. Turn the light off.
Hey, you have a blessed evening, anything. He's gone.
Oh, bulb. He's gone. I got him at honestly.
Hopefully he don't feel bad for all of us giving him a razz for cooking that.
If you think that, Dave, right? Listen to me.
No, I know better. I talked to him plenty enough. I know better.
His if anybody hasn't been in his live chat, right? I mean, I've sat there and I have said
I keep putting it on that vent. The vents are dirty. Quit looking at my vent. There.
Gonski. I mean, I'll be the first one to admit it. I mean, I wind him up something chronic. I really do. But the thing is, I wind him up in fun. I know there's people out there. There's people out there that think I'm being serious, and I am not. I'm sitting there having a joke.
No, you got a razz. Here's the thing is Stuart, the other people's feelings don't really matter to me. I'm not trying to be mean, but you know how I am. If you're razzing somebody and they get really upset and you try to, you simply go, hey, I was just razzing you, and they're still upset, then that's their own loss. That's their own fault. Something in their life has made them have a guilty conscience to where that razzing affects them in a way that, because I don't even believe there's such a thing as a bully. So because here's the thing is, if somebody's beating you up and physically hitting you, okay, fine, that's a bully. But if somebody is physically saying something to you, that's not bullying. That's just somebody running their mouth and you just need to walk away. So, I mean, words cannot be bullying, in my opinion. Only physical contact can be bullying, because you should be the bigger person to just be able to walk away from it.
I mean, I've
But the world's gotten soft. There's too many beta males in this world, so they all, you hurt my feelings.
I don't get like that. I mean, I've never been the one to say, "Oh, you've hurt my feelings." I mean,
Well, you know what I'm
I
talking
get-
about. I'm talking
Yeah,
about
yeah,
all the
yeah.
ones that really cry over something so simple like razzing a friend, or me giving Gregory crap. There's people that go, he's autistic. You shouldn't do that to him. But you know what? You don't know Gregory. Gregory will come up behind you and kick you in the butt for, something that you did 3 weeks ago.
Mhm.
So, or Gregory will throw a fish at you when you least expect it. And you'll go, what is that for? And he goes, cuz.
Quiet.
So
Mhm.
Gregory gets what Gregory deserves.
Teddy bear's back in shop.
Hey, Teddy. Now the thing is, right? I mean, like I say, I can sit there and chat in Bob's, right? And I I wind him up because I know that he fishes with Travis a lot, who's one of his mates, and I every time I see Travis in chat, it's like, "Hello, the greatest trout fisherman in Pennsylvania," and Travis is like, "I'm not." It says, "You are though,"
Right, Stuart, calm down, please.
and he's like, Then it kind of gets to Bob, but it's like, I give Bob bits and pieces. I mean, if I didn't love him, I wouldn't have sent him a fly box
Yeah,
or
that's
any of that
that's
stuff.
that's where you go, hey, don't tell Bob, but you're the greatest fisherman.
But it's all for. I mean, I can sit in anybody's chat and I can have a laugh with anybody. But I mean,
Yeah, well,
honestly,
my phone's about to die. I gotta go pee, and y'all don't need to see that. So
No,
Dave, I love you, brother.
yeah, we'll catch you later.
See you
I'd
after.
stay
take
I,
care,
I'd
Dave.
stay longer, but I can only handle so many mop jigs or mop flies.
Uh,
You
Hey,
can't
all
tie a
things,
jig worth of
are you
ropes.
done fishing?
It may
I'm
be
done
me.
fishing, Dave. I'm warming up now.
Well,
It's your
I've been in
it'll,
since
it,
9 to 12.
the fishing's going to just get better. I think now that the fall's really starting to set in. So
Green peas and green onions.
Well, tell Dave that Teddy bear's saying
Well,
hello.
Teddy Bear saying hello to you, Dave.
what?
Teddy Bear saying hello to you.
Oh, howdy, howdy. All right. Well, I'm going to get off here, go take care of business.
No problem.
Yeah, we'll see y'all. Be blessed, brothers.
Yeah,
Later,
take
Love
care,
you,
Dave.
man.
Bye, Wendy.
Bye bye.
Oh man, I tell you, I've got one sweet community. I really do. I mean, I've got people out there that love me, and I just don't know why. I really don't. Honestly, Brad, I don't.
Sometimes it's about Travis.
Well, if
It's got an it's
Oh,
got like half
it's 5:15 where Brad is at, because he's
Yeah,
5 hours behind us.
it's got an happy dark.
I'll tell you one thing, Brad. You're gonna. I'm hoping that you'll watch this back and look at the fish that I blew up on. That pike was just beautiful. The spots on that was just perfect.
yeah, beautiful fall colors on that one.
Oh, pinch.
Just a little guy, but beauty colors.
I mean, we've got some stunning pike across here, and the thing is, they're huge. Now, I'm not going to beat around the bush. They're massive here. I mean, people going about, oh, you guys have only got pike. Well, I think our pike would easily raffle a muskie. I mean, people think that muskie at 50 inches. We've got pike that are bigger than that across here.
Teddy bear's like I'll pinch you, Mr. Steve.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
teddy bear.
my personal best pike was 22 pounds. And when you laid
Hey,
it
you know
down with
what? Here, I'll leave y'all with this.
Is this?
Okay, bye.
I'm gonna leave you all with
Oh, mommy, yum yum.
I'm gonna go. Give me a second. I'm gonna go pee, and then I'm gonna come back and stir my chili in front of you.
Do you know what that is? That's like an F you to Bob.
No, it's not. Bob's sitting down to eat too. So.
Yeah, but I just say that's like an FU to Bob's. Like, you want to show off your fish dish? Have a look at this.
That's like, no, that's like a, I'll do it too. I'll tease everybody that's in chat.
I can go one better. I'm making chili.
It was a double hooks like.
Hello, Sammy.
Dave's like it was a drive-by chili.
It was a drive-by chili.
No, drive-by chilling.
Drive-by chilling. Oh.
Oh, Sammy Boo.
How are you, Sammy, my brother? 4.7. Well, this live's probably been better than that. This live's been 5 out of 5. Top notch. Oh, God, I love Dave. He's awesome. He really is awesome. Oh. So when are you going out fishing again, Brad?
Not tomorrow, but probably the next day.
Going back for the same species? You going for something else?
Really, right now for us this time of year, there's no trout near me. Walleye's pretty good, but I'd have to go out my boat to get it. But yeah, I really like the pike bite this time of year. That bass was a surprise. Usually this time of year, the bass bite isn't on at all.
Oh. Sammy. Right, okay then. Okay. That's noted. It's noted. It's noted. You've just you've opened the can of worms there, Sammy, and now you're gonna pay the consequences for it, brother. You're gonna pay the consequences for that. That's not good. That's 1.5 out of 5 for this show. Wow. Barely scrapes 1.5. Well, I'll know what to do with Sammy's next live then, eh? I'm just going to go 0 out of 5.
No, 0.1.
No, I'm just going to see 0 out of 5.
Sammy's Australian, maybe giving you a 5.1 out of 5, and it's upside down.
I'm not giving you shit. I had a pleasant conversation in your life today with Bulk. When did I ever give you garbage in your chat? I don't. I just come and go 4.7 as a standing joke, and then I just sit there and rate, and then I just disappear. I don't stay long unless I've got Bulk in there. Then I'll stay. Bulk's going to be up just shortly anyway, if he isn't already. Yeah, Sammy's in Australia. Sleeps on his head. He's got up on the. He's probably been leaning on his head the wrong way, and now he's coming into my chat grumpy, which doesn't surprise me. We had a great live earlier on today. He asked Bulk and I questions like, so what's your friendship? He says, well, it's like a bromance, really. That's how Bulk and I have said it's bromance.
Listening and peeling tomatoes to make salsa, that's uncomfortable.
Peeling salsa is nice. Peeling tomatoes makes salsa nice. I love a homemade salsa. But I just don't have it overly hot. Nah, I think Sammy slept on his head the wrong way. He's slept up on his head the wrong way. He's probably faced the wall instead of facing out towards the room. I think that's what the kicker is. I even congratulated him on getting his tickets to go and see Metallica in Australia next year. I'm not jealous. I'm glad he's going because he's been looking forward to this for ages. I'm just hoping he videos it. Yeah, I got no idea when I'm going out fishing. I really need to get going. Just weather here sucks.
Oh, it's Scottish weather for me this afternoon.
Northern Hemisphere weather, more like. Yeah, Canada's in line with Scotland right enough, so I mean I can see why.
We needed the rain though. It's been pretty bad here.
You know something? I've noticed that across the pond this year. It's just been dry everywhere. It's been dry everywhere, and it's like, well, how do you get out of that? You can't. Listening, peeling tomatoes. So, well, so I think Sammy's left. Thanks, Sammy, for coming, no? Love you, brother.
Yeah, it was too bad on Bob's Live you couldn't hear those Russian guys. Oh my god, that was funny.
I couldn't. I
Well, the
heard
two of them,
like one word I think they said because it was like you were close enough to the microphone, but I couldn't really make it out what was said.
well, both of the one had thick Russian accent. The other one couldn't speak any English at all. And the one that couldn't speak English at all just got here from Russia, so obviously doesn't have a fishing license. He's sitting there with
Oh,
2 fishing poles and a bucket. And the Russian guy asked me if there was any fish in here, and I said, "Oh yeah, well there's pike in here and there's some bass." So I said, "Listen, I'm fishing, so it's like you guys couldn't really tell, but it's about 300 feet of shoreline." I said, "Well, I'll stop here, and I'll keep to this 150 yards, or sorry, it's about 300 yards. So I'll keep to this 150 yards. You guys have this whole half, you know,
yeah.
so we're not on top of each other." Oh, okay. And then the guy sets up 3 feet away from me,
Yeah.
grabs it out of the
As I said
cooler,
in
you know.
Bob's live earlier, right? As I said in Bob's live earlier, and this is, I mean, I was watching a video last night, right? On YouTube, there was a guy fishing in Pennsylvania for steelhead, and 3 people were fishing this river, and they were just going to go straight across where the guy was fishing, right? And all the fish that you seen were in this little pool, and he caught a really
Oh,
decent
I saw
steelhead.
that one.
Hmm?
Right, the guy starts walking right into the hole with his snag rod there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I saw that one.
I
And then
was
he
like,
shows him the phone. He shows him the phone with one picture of one fish that he hooked in the mouth. He's like, "Look, I hooked it in the mouth." And then
I
he
says,
starts
I've got this
flashing
on
his treble
camera.
hook.
I says, I've got this on camera. But what do you mean? And he's like, but I've got this. I was like, but you might have that on camera as a photo. I've got this on video. And the guy just stood there like, what do you mean? Like, well, if you're going to video something, you've got better proof than a photo. I mean, I felt so sorry for the fish. I mean, that was just downright disrespectful to the fish, to nature altogether.
I
I
had
mean, there's
that
people out
happen.
there.
I go steelhead fishing about 3 hours west of me, and it's the same
Mm-hmm.
way. It's all a bunch of fishermen and waders casting a little bit of fly fishing. I cast the small spinners like a Meps or whatever, and the guy was fishing, and I could see him trying to snag it, and he had his buddy, and I said, "Hey, man, come on." Anyway, he finally snags one, and if you've ever seen the steelhead run, half of them that come back are dead. He snagged a dead fish. The thing was half rotten, and the thing was floating down the pool, and he was yelling and screaming and cursing, and then it came out, and because the fish was dead, he didn't want to touch the fish, so he was trying to get the hook out of it with pliers. What a freaking slob!
I mean, the guy that caught the steelhead that was well truly alive, that you put it back, but he's like, I should have kept it because now he knows what's going to happen. That fish is going to get recaught, and it's just going to get put into the back of a bag, into a bag, and gone. I mean, that's illegal. If people don't have a license and think they can fish, see, it's the same across here. You've got people who, right, you call it poaching, right? But there's different forms of it. I mean, I can go down the river just now, even though it's out of season, right? I can fish legally because people can see you're doing it right. They'll leave you alone. You know what I mean?
Like even those guys that are snagging, I can really, to be honest with you, I can look the other way a lot on a lot of things. Like if somebody's out there trying to catch a couple fish to feed their family, because they're having trouble making ends meet in this economy, but even worse, to snag a fish and then release it. What the hell was the point of that?
Just to prove that you caught it? Yeah, it doesn't make sense. I mean,
But he didn't catch it, snagged it.
I can see. This is where I can. As I said, I've been with Bob for a while now, right? Now Bob's got a family. But, I mean, okay, he's already paid for his trout license and whatever else. But I mean, if he didn't, I'd just say, well, instead of going for trout, go for something that doesn't acquire a trout license. Like go out and get your sunfish. If you
Yeah,
do
they've got
happen
that
to
weird.
catch, if you do end up catching a trout, then what you could end up doing is just say, well, look, I've accidentally fell hook. Well, didn't accidentally fell hook. And you just say you used a bait that's the trout swallowed it. The hook's in its stomach, and I didn't really want that trout to be any more harmed, so I put it out of its misery. So I mean, I could see that part of it,
Yeah, you didn't hear me today, by
but
the way,
just
on my when I was releasing that fish, and I threw it out about 4 or 5 feet.
uh-huh.
I was trying to tell you because you guys probably couldn't see it on the camera because the angle I had it. The first 4 or 5 feet off the bank at that spot, it's the east bank. All the seaweed washes up. So if you throw the fish out like a foot or 2 foot, it just sits on top of the weeds.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only reason that I threw it. I normally wouldn't do that, but you have to get them out past the weeds, or else they'll just flop on top.
I mean, fishing is for everybody, right? And I've always said it is for everybody. But I'm not going to sit there and just say, for instance, somebody just to rock up and just like haul a fish out and like, well, I'm putting it back just for sheer spite. That doesn't wash with me. If you're going to feed a family, different story.
Well, the other piece to that is fishing spots are for everybody, right? So, like that Russian guy came, he left, and he's drinking, the Heinz tomato juice
Yeah.
cans. He had a 1 liter
I
Heinz tomato juice can, and he's drinking straight out of that gigantic can. His brother comes back with the car, picks him up. I go back. There's like an empty thing from macaroni salad, that tomato juice can laying there on the bank. Just left it there. That's what really ticks me off. That and people that leave their line behind bother me.
it's, Yeah, it's no use. I mean, somebody should be there to keep an eye on things. But I mean, this is the thing across here is the fact that we go every place across here is a pay to pay place, right? Especially when it comes to dealing with trout, because it's a business thing across here for keeping trout at a fish farm, well, a fishery, because it's not really a fish farm. The fish farm you don't fish at a fish farm, right? But for instance, you go. Wait a minute. Oh, okay. Um, for instance, you go to a fishery, you pay whatever how much it is for catch and release it, because every fishery's got different prices. So you turn up to a fishery and you go and say, right, I'm here to fish. So you go catch and release. So you catch the fish, you put them back because nobody across here will take a fish, well, especially when it comes to rainbow trout. I mean, I'd rather go and buy a if I was to go to a place that's got brown trout. Yeah, I'll pay money to go straight there because everything you got to fish for across here has got to be covered by a permit. And half the time when you go to a place that covers a permit, you think, what's the point in me spending this money when I could get it somewhere else? I mean, you fish
Yeah,
hullocks in
I mean,
Scotland for
that's the thing here
you.
too, is we have those pay to fish trout places, and if the price was more reasonable, I could see it. You know, you don't need a license actually to fish there. You just need to pay. But the trout, they're charging $9 a pound. That's what you pay for trout at the supermarket here.
See, the thing with us across here, we can rock up to a trout fishery that's got, say, for instance, what take a 4 acre pond or something, right? Because I know plenty of them. You get 9 acre ponds. Um, there's a fishery across here that charges, if you want to take a fish, £25, and I think that's for two fish, right? So £25 for two fish, that works out like £12.50 per fish. So what you do is you go catch and release, and you're spending £12 on a ticket just to go and catch them and put them back, but you're handling them the right way. You're treating the fish with more respect if you're putting them back. But I could rock up to a place and catch fish, pay for my catch, and just walk away and just say, well, that's me caught my limit, I'm gone. I don't have a problem with that either. It's just people don't know how to handle a fish or how to care for a fish when it's been landed. That's what gets me more than anything.
Well, especially trout. Trout are pretty sensitive fish.
So, I mean, I try my hardest to try and educate people on how to handle a fish, because there's a lot of people out there that don't know how to handle them, and I've dealt with a few myself. I mean, there's some
Yeah,
guy
here.
I watched some guy rock up to a fishery I was at, and basically just took the hook, he ripped the hook out through the fish, raked its gills, everything else. And I thought, here we go, and he just threw it back, and I was like, why didn't you just keep it? Well, I'm on catch and release. It says you're using barbless hooks. When they just get this kind of answer, like you just stand it, that had nothing to do with me. And it's like, what? Yeah, I was at a fishery before it closed down. There was one of them I was at, and I looked at the fish, and I felt so sorry for it. It was in pain. Now, if I was a fishery owner or running a fishery, the last thing you want to do is see your own stock in pain. This fish was manhandled with dry hands, and the one side of it, like down one side of its body, right? So you got your back, so you got your head, this side here, right? On the right hand side, big massive bulge. I was like, dry hands, kept it in the water too long, hot day, doesn't bode well. But then you can't teach people how to fish that don't want to be taught. So then you're just banging your head against the wall. So it is what it is. I mean, it's like what happens to Well, okay, right, Sammy's from Australia, right? So, I mean, if he's listening to this, I speak to Bulk every day on the phone, right? Without a shadow of a doubt, I'll speak to Bulk on the phone. So when I'm on the phone and call to Bulk, he's like, "Do you know the rules across here for carp?" I went, "No. What's happened?" And then he's like, "Oh, this is the rules." I went, "Go on and tell me." He says, "If they catch a carp across there, they've got to kill it. They can't put it back in the water."
Yeah,
Not like
Australia is pretty strict on invasive species. The
I
East
was like,
Coast here in
"Well,
Canada, I think it's Nova Scotia. Same thing with the smallmouth bass. You have to kill them on site. They're not native to there, and somebody brought them in.
see, here's the thing. Talking about species of fish that shouldn't be anywhere. The Rio Grande, Tierra del Fuego, right? John Goodall, Scotsman, went across there and he looked at the Rio Grande and he says, "Any fish in this place?" And I went, "Don't know." They surveyed that river and it came back nothing. He says, "I'm away to change that right now." However, they managed to get trout from Loch Leven, which is one of Scotland's well-known lochs. It's like a basin, really. Um, John got a hold of Loch Leven brown trout. I don't know if they're flown,
they would have had to be.
or they were put on a ship. I got no idea. But they were transported from Scotland to the southern part of Argentina, and they
They
were
would have
put
had to
in.
be
They were put
flown.
into the Rio Grande brown trout, just normal bog standard brown trout. They start heading to sea, start feeding on not Alaskan, Argentinian prawns, shrimps, what you would call them. They're coming back as sea trout. And he went
Steelhead,
fishing.
essentially.
No, sea trout. A brown trout going to sea is called a sea trout, an actual
Oh,
sea trout, not what you call a sea trout that you guys get, like spotted trout or speckled trout that you
okay.
get in saltwater. It's called a sea trout. Well, they were coming back, and they were huge. And John's like, "Wow." So he stayed. He didn't leave. he basically said, I can think I've got a good business thing here. And every lodge, every so many miles in a river of a stretch, there'll be a cabin. And the Rio Gallegos is also part of that river system. I think it's it's like the sister river to the Rio Grande, and that's got sea trout in it too. I was like, they must have just went to sea and just went, well, usually if you put fish into a river, they're going to find their own way to go whatever direction. So they probably went in the Rio Grande and then ended up in the Rio Gallegos, two of the best sea trout rivers in the world, and that's because it's maintained properly. There's no issue with how the fish across there are treated because every one of them is done with respect. Caught, released. And Paul Young, the guy that does fishing videos, he was given a lifetime experience to go across to Rio Grande. They went in the morning, the wind got up, he left. And the guide that he was with, he went, this is unfishable. We're going to have to go back to the lodge. And Paul said there's a two-part thing because you get an advert and like you watch one part of the program and you get the second part. Usually the second part's better. It's like half an hour on TV. He says, stay tuned for part two. He says, something special happened. So part two came up. And I've never, for the time that I watched Paul growing up, all the series, all the episodes that were coming on like our national television without going through Sky or anything, he had to run on camera. He ran 100 yards to keep up with this fish. And he played it. He got it in. The guide sat there beside him and he says, come on, come on. He says, well, it's just shy of 10 kilos. And he's like, well, what's that? He didn't know. And he says, what's 10 kilos? He says, 22 pound 8 ounces. And he got these, he went, gosh, blimey. He says, that's heavier than my Atlantic salmon. And he went back, I think 3 years after that trip, and caught a 25 pound on camera. That was a cock trout. That was a cock sea trout. That was a cock fish. And he went back across for his 80th birthday, I think it was, or somewhere near about that. And it wasn't that long ago, actually. He went back across there. And the guide that he was with, because they said, we're leaving the camera crew at home. You're going on your own, Paul. This is a treat from us to you. We're leaving the cameras at home. Well, someone had a camera. They only took a photo. They didn't take a video. They took a photo. 31-pound sea trout. And you saw him sitting there on the bank with it. And I was like, what? That river, between the Rio Gallegos and the Rio Grande in the southern part of Argentina, Tierra del Fuego, you'll get big sea trout. They're the best sea trout rivers in the world. I mean, the guides there know exactly what they're doing. I mean, one of the lodges that he was at was called Cow Tapping Lodge. So, I actually met Paul at the Glasgow Animal Centre in Scotland. A place in Scotland called Glasgow. I went up to it. I was staying in Paisley at the time. Went up to it. Beautiful place. And I was like, right. I met him, spoke to him. Quite the thing. Brilliant gentleman to speak to. And I asked him the question and says, what was like catching that sea trout at 22 pound 8? And he went, did you watch the video? I went, I had to rewind it to watch it. He says, I got it recorded. I got his autograph and everything else, and like I said, I asked him a question. He says the answer I got back was, if you ever have to run 100 yards on camera for a fish, you know it's going to be a big fish. So okay, Teddy,
What's Teddy Bear?
he's going to load up the small kayak. I think I'm going to put the small kayak in tomorrow morning, Mr. Stu, and check my duck hunting area. I'll flip some bait too. Nice. So yeah, having different experiences of different places. I mean, I said it all along. I mean, after like getting in touch with like Sir Bob and everybody else that fishes across the pond, it's like your fishing license is only $15 a year. I says, well, that's nothing. That's like sweetie money, depending on what
Yeah,
state you
here
go
we,
to.
depending on which license you want, we actually have what they call a conservation license, where you can keep only half the legal limit per day, and it's only like $12.
Hmm. I mean, double hook angling. If you, like you say, you met on panel today. I mean, I said, so what do speckled spotted papermouth grass bass moonfish taste like? He says, what? I'll never call it the C word. But for example, crappie. He says they are delicious to eat. Bob's had them. I mean, he's had bluegill, green sunfish, red breast sunfish. He's had every type of sunfish, panfish going. And he's like, I'll do a catch and cook. So I mean, are the meat on them flaky? Are they tasty? So I don't know what they taste like because I don't have them here. But my argument to Bob was the fact that when he goes to go and catch the trout, they don't taste good. But I can see why it's a source of protein for a family.
Yeah, I
To
mean
me,
the
though.
whole trout family, the trout family, the salmon family. I wouldn't say they don't taste good. I think it's more that so you get something like a walleye, for example, or a crappie, or something, or a perch. They're just naturally white, flaky meat, right? Salmon and
Hmm.
trout are delicious, but they you've got to prepare them a different way. You know, they've got to be seasoned. They've got to be cooked with garlic, or I mean, that's just my personal opinion. I know everybody's got different tastes, right? But if you get like a walleye fillet, it's like I mean, to compare it to a commercial fish like haddock, it's pretty hard to screw up a piece of haddock. It's just good meat.
Hmm.
Where trout can be very, very good, and so can salmon, but you have to do something to it. Just cooked plain on its own, it's just not very good.
I mean, I've had trout. I mean, I tried to explain this one to Bob. It says, look, the best tasting trout that I'll have is a brown trout because catching a sea trout, they're scarce as hen's teeth. So we try to leave them alone because there's hardly any of them left. Um, Especially across here anyway, because all the farm salmon is going on, which is just killing our wild stocks because the amount of parasites such as sea lice and whatever else. A salmon needs to live in fresh water and not just salt. And I was like, this is where the ecosystem is now failing across here because our grounds that the fish would feed on, there's nothing there anymore. So, from that perspective, it's like, well, why not stop it? But you can't stop a multi-million-pound business because it is a multi-million-pound business.
That's kind of what sturgeon has come to here. Sturgeon used to be really, really plentiful, and now they're so rare because people fish them all out that they should put a stop to it, but they won't because it puts a lot of fishing guide services and stuff like that out of business if they were to shut it right down.
It's the same across here when it comes to salmon fishing. It's exactly the same thing. We asked years ago, shut down the rivers for a little while, give them a chance to regrow, and see what happens. Get rid of all the cages that the farm salmon are in, put them somewhere else, and then we'll keep an eye on the river and see if anything happens. Well, the proof's in the pudding with this river down here. It's had flood after flood after flood, three of which that have destroyed property. And it's like you know something. The more this goes on, the worse it gets because for people who work with the fishery boards here, the problem with fish, they won't go with the water. Cheers, Curtis. They don't have what do you call it? They don't have they think that they're safe in a little puddle. They don't follow the water down to where the water recedes, so they'll stay in this little puddle and die because there's no oxygen. Before that happens, people should be going down there and going through fields and whatever else and find pockets of water where their little fishes are at and put them back in the river. I mean, the other issue is the fact that ballan wrasse are getting caught left, right, and centre to go into a salmon pen to feed on sea lice that the cages that you see. Hey, Jeremy, welcome in. So you got that part of it. So then you're making an unbalance inside an ecosystem because the salmon par or smolts that go back to sea to feed to become grills are dying because there's so much sea lice in the brackish water where they go before salt. Sea lice are just attaching them to the fish and they're just basically dying because they've got nothing to. There's no defense for them. That's where ballan wrasse were eating them. It's such a shame. It really is a shame on the fish. I mean, how far? Question for you, Brad. How far are you away from the Puget Sound?
Puget Sound. Remind me where that is again, Stuart? I know of it. I just don't know exactly where it is. Like, what's
Between
in the area?
Canada, it's between Canada and what? Basically, like the northwest coast, well, the northwest part of the states. So northwest. So basically, Seattle, Washington,
Oh,
that
yeah,
place.
I'm far. I'm 2/3 of the way across Canada from there.
Right.
Put it this way: get to BC, where that is in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
It's about a 4.5 hour flight.
Right, because there was a fish farm somewhere off the coast of Canada, and it was roughly about the Puget Sound area. The very first ever link that I put up on my community tab was called Artificial, with the name fish in the title. I've opened people's eyes to what's going on, of why there's no fish left across here. And then you see what happens across the pond. And it's
Didn't
like,
you watch that on YouTube?
it's on YouTube. I mean, I'll easily put the link back up for people to watch it. It is interesting because you know what you're dealing with. I mean, everybody now knows what they're dealing with, and it's all to do with greed. I mean, I'd rather happily sit there and feed a family. Damn right I would. But then, what's the cost? I mean, what's the cost of a fish? I mean, what's the cost of a human life? Because they're not healthy. They farm fish. They're not.
Yeah, it's a big thing. It's a big thing too. Like every once in a while we hear in the news where so they've got the retaining walls to keep the fish farms. They're using ocean water, right? Is what it is.
Yep.
So the fish farms are supposedly contained, but every once in a while, somebody breaks a retaining wall or something, something happens, and those farm fish get mixed in with the regular stock, and those farm fish are poison. Those things. When you really see how they live, what goes into making a farm fish, and people come here. I mean, I don't know how it is there, Stuart, but people here buy their fish in the supermarket, and they want to buy, when they buy a trout or a salmon, they want the meat to be dark red, pink. That's not natural. That's not what a real naturally caught trout or salmon looks like.
I've seen what goes on across here. They're like a pale orange color, right? And it's ugly color. I can't even express. It's like when I say pale orange, it looks peach.
Yeah, I was
Right?
going to say peach.
It's going to like between pale orange and peach. And I was like, do you know how much chemicals are inside that? And you're putting it on inside your body. It's like, that's why we don't touch salmon or fish inside a supermarket. I'd rather go to a fish shop and buy fresh fish that's come in from the sea, that's been processed on land, and it's never seen a supermarket. I'll take it home because I've paid for it inside a fish shop, and I will cook it up. But I'm not going to
Well,
go to a supermarket and go and buy fish where it says, "Oh,
so
this
the
is the."
salmon that you have here in the fish farms. So not only are they full of hormones and chemicals and all that other stuff that they give them, they're growing. So they naturally eat shrimp and krill and stuff like that, and they're growing these shrimp and krill, and then what they do is they don't. It's not like they release live shrimp and live krill into that salmon pool. They
No,
dehydrate the shrimp and krill, and they add a whole bunch of stuff to it, and then they make fish. So that those shrimp and krill are raised with all those same chemicals like those salmon are. So not only are the salmon pumped full of chemicals, the shrimp and krill are pumped full of chemicals that they're growing. Then they dehydrate them and make them into fish pellets, which they add more junk to. It's just that whole food chain is nothing but chemicals, really. There's very little natural left in it.
I mean this is why that, as I've said, I'll touch on a subject here. Cancer was never a big thing back in the olden days. It was never talked about. I mean, it was just like, well, what's cancer? And then it was like 1 in 4 people would end up with it. Now it's 1 in 2 people that will end up with cancer. And it's like, what's happening here? This never used to be a thing. It was never unheard of. It was never heard of cancer, and then all of a sudden, everything's like, there's a big massive spike and it's cancelled this and cancelled that. I mean, where's this all coming from? Is it coming from chemicals that are put in food? Probably.
Do you know the latest one that's
Come on,
brought out that's meant to cause cancer?
Go on.
And I've had it used on me when I was a baby, probably yourself, probably Brad. Johnson's baby powder. That's the newest one.
I mean, talcum powder.
Yeah, Johnson's baby powder. I've used it on my kids. My nana used it on herself every day, but she died of cancer, but not because of that. It was other health related. My aunt Acey had it used on her every day. She never died of cancer.
I mean, this is another thing is fear factor into this. I mean, I will never ever eat a farm fish, albeit if it's been a. See, I can see where Bob's coming from when he says rainbow trout are delicious. Maybe there's something here that I'm missing. Is the fact that if you get a fish that's been raised in a fish farm that's put in running water to clear out all its junk to then go and feed on natural stuff. If a fish hasn't been in a fish farm that long, then fair enough, I could see a point of it being flushed out. But I mean, they're very few and far between. Because you usually get, especially across here, I mean, going through lakes here, they only get put in stock ponds. You'll never see rainbow trout put in a river. Maybe in England, yes, but not here. They'll never put a rainbow
Well,
trout in a river in Scotland.
yeah, here we have natural stocks of rainbow trout, but they're not. I mean, they look almost identical to what you'd see in the supermarket, but they grow a lot bigger. You don't see big rainbow trout often in a supermarket. Usually you see them, they're what, 12, 14 inches long, maybe? Bit more? They're all the same size
Do
because they're all
you,
hard at the same age, and they're all
Jeremy's just put a
strange.
thing up in chat. So you're going through tornado warnings at the moment in northwest Arkansas, or Arkansas. Big storms rolling through the next 4 hours. Prayers are with you, Jeremy. I hate the. Don't get me wrong. This is another thing. Weather. Everything's connected. It's just not a case of one thing. It's everything's connected. I mean, I've done fly fishing in rivers, and I've fished rivers that have got plentiful fish. And then when you look at your road rivers that's on your doorstep, there's nothing. It's like, well, what's the point of having that river to have something, right? And then you go someplace else, there's nothing there. It's like, there's no point. Why is one river better than the other? So then you start scratching your head thinking, well, who's to blame for this? Everything that man touches is turned to trash. It's a fact. If you leave something alone to go back naturally, it'll come back. But if you start messing around with gene pools and whatever else of different things of fish, you're messing up an ecosystem. See, that's why I don't like I understand hatcheries. I know how hatcheries operate. I do. I get it. But if you're going to put a fish, right? So you get if you grab a hold of a hen fish and use its eggs out because it's going to spawn, that's not going to take a big. It's not going to mate with that fish that you just grabbed the hold out of another pen that or another net to go and mate up with this thing. You're not going to take that. That fish might not want to mate with that one. That's what I'm saying. No, you're forcing an issue. That's another thing I want an issue with. You can't. People think, oh, it's just a fish. It's just a fish. Is it?
Well, there's two parts to
I
that
mean,
too,
that's
right?
why fish are
Well,
like.
there's two parts to that. I mean, if you think
I
about, if you think
can see
about,
both sides.
sorry, am I hearing an
Yeah,
echo?
I can see both sides of the coin. I don't hear an echo. I don't have an
That's
echo.
weird. All right. But fish aren't meant to
I mean,
grow
I
up
can
in
see
a
both
pen
sides of the
set
coin. Mm-hmm. I think people should just leave nature alone and let nature get back to what to sort itself out without. I mean, that's the way I'm looking at it. People should just leave nature alone. And it'll come back on its own.
Well, I mean, I guess I'm very, very lucky up here in Canada. We're a very sparsely populated country, so we don't have some of the same
Fair,
issues
Jeremy.
that in the States.
Jeremy's going to be right back, Stuart. Have a tornado touch down in my home, in my town. Oh, James. Oh, okay. Can you? Is that a timed level you're doing?
No.
Can
Give me a
you?
minute, though.
That's Arkansas. Julie. Time is it? I'm going to wrap this up and I'll find out when Jeremy gets back. I'm going to wrap this one up. I need to phone Julie. That's Justin's wife. I can only speak to her because Justin's phone's on the blink. But what I'll do is
How are they doing?
I'll get hold of them. They're in Arkansas.
Oh wow, they got enough. They're going through some tough times as it is.
I'll get in touch with Julie. So that's I'll only get them varnished up, but that's going to Jimmy. I'll get them varnished up. So he asked for mop flies, so I gave him them. And then I've got these ones to give to Kevin.
Tree ornament.
Well, I need other ones to add to that also because I've got what do you call it? I've got long-tailed ones that I need to get a hold of that are in the mop bag. I've got them all separated. That's Justin's lot. That I still need to get on with. And then Devin's asked for some, but I need to try and get beads for his, but they can wait. I'm not just going to run around and get beads. So yeah. That's something else to tell you. Oh, I got 2 left, but I'll get them done
Just
tomorrow.
get them in now. With the
Alright.
picture. Yeah, what would you have?
I'm scared, man, for people who.
Right, what would you have to just?
Wait a minute, Brad. Give me a minute. I don't like usually doing this on camera. Oh, where is it? That's it.
What was you asking me if I was on a time level?
To go onto YouTube, go on to some weather site that's across the pond for Arkansas. There's been a tornado touchdown.
Well, they've been live all day, basically. don't know if he's still alive though.
Does anybody know
Oh, there's Reed Timmer, he's live.
where is he? Anybody know a postcode for Arkansas?
There's 8.2k watching him at the moment.
If I can find the
Now tornado warnings in Texas, Arkansas, and Oklahoma
well,
with live storm chasers. That's Evan Freiberger.
mm-hmm.
He's live also at the moment. So which one?
Either or. Arkansas. One's got Arkansas.
Well, so what's AR? He's got Ken
Well,
TX.
AR's Arkansas.
Kenny's got Texas. TX is Texas. AR is
Arkansas.
OK.
Oklahoma.
Well, that's that one. Has he got the same sort of like thing for? He's an heavy belting down rain. No, that's that Timber.
I don't know. It always amazes me, Brad, right? Anytime that something big comes up across the pond, like this election, for example, I'm going to delve into it too much. But there's always some weird storm going to arrive.
Well, somebody's got looks like rotation in zinc.
Come on, Jeremy, where are you? Jeremy has been in hospital or whatever else, and he will share my live out when he comes in. He shares all my lives out. They're all on his community page.
Something there.
Uh,
That's big. Zinc Arkansas.
oh man, this is just a.
Harrison, how can they look? Sirens again on the other side of Rogers. Can you check Texas?
Oh man.
Had about 30 family members in Broken Bow. They left a couple of hours ago. And we got hit in Wagner. I have pics and videos. So Wagner, wherever that is, that's been hit.
I'll need to find out from the fishing community where Jeremy's at. You still hear me, Brad? Yeah.
Yep.
I'll need to find out where Jeremy's at, because he's just had a tornado touchdown in his hometown.
What's the outlet for Springdale not out of the woods yet? Woods just yet? Question mark.
I don't know.
New tornado warning incoming from McCurtain County, Oklahoma, and possibly Sevier County, Arkansas.
I've got Julie's address. I say I'm gonna end this one soon anyway. See if Jeremy can let me know one way or another. I hate this type of year. It's so close to damn Christmas. Well, theoretically it is so close to Christmas. But in November, we've only got one more month to go. I mean, as of tomorrow, it's going to be like a month and 20 days. I mean, that's nothing. People have probably got Christmas presents already bought. Some people have anyway.
Now he's in like total pitch black with lightning.
And then there's other people that I know that's in Oklahoma. Oh, Jeremy.
That's also fair from
Mm-hmm. Oh, Brad. So what are you having for your tea anyway?
Oh, I haven't decided yet. Probably spaghetti.
Does Canada ever get tornadoes?
The very odd one, actually, mostly in Australia, but yeah, very rare.
So it just seems to be the U.S.
We more get on the east, because I'm close to the east coast. We get more get the tail end of hurricanes.
I'm with you.
crazy big tornado just hit Rogers Little Flop and Avoca area.
I'll need to go make a phone call to Julie. Brad, I'm going to love you and leave you. Well, my chat anyway. I'm going to love you and leave you. Sweet dreams, peoples. Bye bye.